Woo! Welcome, everybody. Welcome to a special spooky episode. I just of Friday Night Tights.
What the fuck?
I take offense to that phrasing, all right?
I didn't think about that.
A scary haunted episode.
Red's gonna have a lot of fun with us tonight.
Okay. Yes.
Hello, Twitter.
It's the Friday before Halloween. Now everybody thought it was going to be next Friday, which would be November 1st. That wouldn't be fun, guys, would it?
Not in the slightest.
I think it would have made a little more sense.
Really?
I would have had a better costume for sure.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. So we're like, Gary's like, hey guys, make sure you get your Halloween outfits. He said it like to us a month ago. And I'm like, all right. And I just looked at the schedule. I assumed, silly of me, that the day that was one day after Halloween would in all likelihood be, oh, that's Halloween episode. It's literally the day after Halloween. That makes sense.
No,
but no, it's 6 days before Halloween.
Once Halloween is over, it's Christmas. Okay. So, and I did mention on the stream showing that none of my co-hosts pay attention to anything I say.
No.
Chrissy specifically asked, hi, Chrissy, by the way, specifically asked, like, is it going to be the Friday before Halloween? I said, yes.
Well, I didn't fucking ask the question. Why would I listen to your answer?
I mean, to be fair to Ryan, a woman was asking the question. So
yeah.
he just
It is All Saints Day next week, so there is that.
There is that. We can all dress as Joan of Arc. Like a burnt version.
I am not dressing up as a French woman.
A burnt
Not because
French
it's a woman, but because of the French.
Disbrew, who is currently sitting on your face right now?
He's definitely not wearing a mask.
He is a lesbian.
For sure.
He is a lesbian. So, welcome. I think we should introduce our special guest. Right? Well, do we have ad reads? How am I going to read these?
We do.
What a shit show.
All right, Gary, here's your choice. You can do the ad read with no faces on like this, or you can reveal everyone's costumes
and then do the ad read.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Thank you, Ryan. So first, let's introduce our special guest. We have been teasing this for months now. And it's happened, ladies and gentlemen. Our former co-host from New Zealand has returned.
Hey!
Az! Welcome back, Az.
You look like you lost a lot of weight.
I didn't think he lost that much.
Great job, Baz.
This was his last words.
He's really dropping in pounds.
Yeah, the weight loss journey is complete. We'd like to welcome Az from Heels versus Babyface to the show. I'm sure he will contribute a lot.
At least he won't fucking interrupt.
Does Gary still not know there's no S in the name?
Heels versus Babyface? I don't know. Did you know that? Did you know there isn't a J in Nerdrotic? Fucking country bumpkin.
Fuck you.
Nerdrotic.
Yeah, well, hey, if the whole fucking country voted like my country bumpkin ass, we wouldn't be in the fucking disaster we're in, you California.
I mean,
Go fuck yourself.
I'm not arguing with that.
Hold on. If the whole country had sexual relations like your area of the country, Jeremy, we'd
be the
just
Middle
as
East.
retarded as California, okay?
There's a couple good jokes in there, so I'm just gonna rim shot it for everybody. Are we ready for the
Hey,
what?
It's good to see Az back. It really.
I missed him so much.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is probably going to be the most pleasant stream to ever have Az on. He won't interrupt. He's not going to go on some 17-minute fucking rant full of a panel full of 10 people that we all just sit here and jerk off while he just rants. Should be great.
17 minutes.
What the hell was that?
That's Az's last
trying to
words.
interrupt you.
That's his last words. Yeah. Yeah.
His last words was that chick has a nice rack.
Famous last words. And then the chick goes, "Thank you. Thanks a lot." Best tits money could buy. Yeah. All right. Who wants to go first? Nobody wants to go first.
You, Gary.
You're the star.
No.
Yeah,
No.
bro.
Oh, no. I think
Come
X-Ray
on.
Girl should go first. I think ladies first. X-Ray Girl or Disparu, either one. Ladies first.
Okay. I'm ready because I'm not going to be here on for long, okay?
Oh,
I'm a
she's
gay frog.
gay frog. Yes.
Turn
Like
the
it.
She's in my son's room right now. My son's former room. So I kicked him out of the house.
Turn into frogs.
Hey,
gay.
don't pick up any socks in there, X-Ray Girl.
There might be a few stuck to the bottom of the bed.
Disgusting.
That's my boy.
I mean, men are disgusting. What?
That's my boy. All right. Disparu.
Well, I kind of misheard the brief, and rather than
Everybody
sort of
did.
Unpolitically correct costume, I decided to go for a politically correct one, which is why, for my costume, I decided to join modern Britain and become a black guy from Africa. So, Anubis, god of death and the funerals,
He's
is
Anubis.
here to join the London population. And I just appreciate this time to bring this to the British people. I think it improves the country.
That's good.
Honestly, if they worshipped Anubis, I'd
After
respect
the
that
British
more,
people
but that's
stole
me.
it so much.
Oh. Yeah,
I have a staff as well, but it's plastic, so please don't arrest me for a lethal weapon. That's all
Oh,
I want.
God. I love cultural appropriation. It smells like
That's the best thing. If I
victory.
take it off, I am just culturally appropriating.
Yes.
So
yes.
you get to pick.
Oh, my God.
I
Because
don't care. Look, my mum always said to me, it doesn't matter what they tell you in school, you're black. So this is how it works.
yeah, your grandma, get it right. Okay.
Well,
yeah.
no, that was somebody else.
Quarter black.
Very offended.
I hope so. Are you quarter offended or 100%
Okay.
offended?
I'm 100% offended.
Okay.
On behalf of all Egyptians. Now,
Look,
I am on like 3%.
And there we go.
And that 3% turned into 0.
They're all off the same fucking Wi-Fi, so I believe.
My internet. I told you.
Yeah, I believe Comcast is trying
We're
to make a
sucking all the
3/5
Wi-Fi out.
compromise right now.
Hey,
so, sorry.
Garrett, you can run downstairs by the back door. There's a booster that you could plug in that room if you want to run down and go get it. And we can
You
introduce
gotta
Shad.
go through the back door.
It's near the back door. If you want to go down and get it.
I'll go look.
Yeah, could you go look, Odin?
Carry on.
Carry on. Shad,
Why do people watch this show?
I don't know.
My name is Raymond. Raymond Skywalker.
Raymond.
And I was just thinking, right? Ever since I identified as a Skywalker, I realized I could identify as anything I wanted. What would make me even more powerful than being a woman? And it was being a woman pretending to be a man. And so I got a really, really big lightsaber that keeps falling
Lots of
off.
girth. There's a lot of
Yeah,
girth on
what's
that.
I got a big
Does it
lightsaber.
vibrate?
Yeah, and look, it kind of turns on prematurely now and then.
Well, I mean, it happens to the best of us.
And look, I see that, then it just turned off. So then it turned on. See, there, yeah.
You can't
But
control that thing.
I can't. I know. I
It's,
almost
it's
like,
Raymond Skywalker in puberty.
Yeah, it's almost like it's not real, and it's. But don't worry, I can detach it pretty easy. So there we go.
Sorry to hear about your movie. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I'm really sad about that, actually.
Yeah.
Even after I became more powerful.
Yes, than everybody. It's amazing. Now you're a Gary Sue.
Yep, that's right.
A
That's
Gary
exactly
Sue.
right.
Comics.
C.
What is it?
You have a wonderful country. I'm just visiting, but they gave me $1,000 and a cell phone.
I know that feeling.
Except in the UK, they hand out $1,000 and a machete.
Yeah, and a free house.
And a vial of acid.
Donated from Dan
five-star
Bass.
hotel all the time.
Welcome. Oh, we can't call you. Well, yeah. What's
You can call me Juan.
Comexico?
Comexico.
We can call you Comexico. Odin.
Ladies and gentlemen, Civil War. This might have to be the last Odin cast IRL.
Because you have to stop to take care of your kid.
Did you fire all your friends?
It's actually probably because I can't trust people anymore. People leak information, and including this photo of myself. I can't. I can't anymore. I don't know. Might just go buy a van down by the river. I don't know.
There you go. And the quartering will hire all your staff.
You can always come to Home Depot next to me. Find a job.
Quartering's like, I'm going to hire all of Tim Pool's staff, and Mexico's going to pay for it.
Okay, I think I have the internet. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
It's gone.
He's gone now.
Yeah, he's gone.
And he's gone.
Wait, did somebody muted me? That was somebody muted me.
Okay.
I got the memo late. I was preparing a costume. I bought all the pieces. It was beautiful, but they did not come in time. So I made do. I did a little bit of magic, would you say? I'm Wiccan.
Well, okay. First, he was supposed to be OSHA, and we couldn't find the right wig.
I couldn't find my Rick James wig. It didn't come in time, and had all the braids and everyting. It was beautiful.
I'm just gonna say it. Nobody else will say it. Not my proudest fap, but it got the job done.
But it'll do.
Are you a boy and gay?
I identify as a stick, a magical stick. So do with it what you may.
The magic stick.
You know what's funny is
I'm the love doctor.
Dude, we didn't have a wig, and we just had that. Show the wig off. We had that laying around the house because my wife's a hairdresser.
I don't know if this is some weird sex wig or something you guys got around here. It was just a little sticky.
I'm like, I got one for you.
My God.
Oh,
time to shine in the MCU.
Welcome, Dickin. Okay. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers.
Well, I am aware that Donald Trump is doing what some people claim is the biggest podcast in the world today. But I decided to
be here instead.
And so my name is Kamaga.
Yeah. She's got a little Potter.
Thank you.
You nailed the laugh.
Thank you.
A little bit of Bruce Jenner there.
Dude, that mask is the stuff of fucking nightmares.
That is terrifying.
Really is.
So, you know how the William Shatner mask became Michael Myers? That is going to become a future horror franchise right there, for sure.
Thank you.
It's called Smile, too.
Thank you.
Tell us about yesterday.
Well, yesterday was a day that came before today, when it came after the day before that one, and that's how we got to this day. And I look forward to tomorrow, where Donald Trump will still be a racist.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you
What are you
for
going
being
to
here.
do about the border?
Camel
Because you
Tola.
let me into this country.
Yeah.
Hey, Kamala, can you talk to us like we're a black audience, please?
Yeah. What up, G? I cannot do this the whole fucking stream.
I want you to do it the whole stream.
I can't pull this off. Much like most
Wait,
things
Neither
in
can
life,
she.
We have somebody in the
I
back.
won't be able to. Much
Yeah.
like most things in my life, I won't be able to keep it up that long. So.
Az, what do you think? Thank you, Az.
I think he likes it.
I think he likes it. Ryan Kinnell, what have you got for us this year?
All right, listen. This was as low effort as I could imagine, but I did some imagining because I thought it was going to be next week. I would have had something better prepared. I decided, you know what? We're doing like DEI replacement characters. I think that was like the original plan. I decided I'm just going to be a ghost, but Netflix style. So.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Or a Muslim woman?
I'm a black ghost. or you could identify me as one of Twitch favorite streamers. I don't know, whichever.
Hey, question. Hey,
It might be the lowest effort one so far.
Willie
Low effort,
Brown,
but it's fucking great.
Hey,
It is.
Willie Brown, pull your pants up. That's what that looks like. No one knows. Holy fuck. Watch my fucking streams. Kamala fucked Willie Brown, okay?
Okay, everybody knows that.
Big, black, and hard. It
Well,
was that.
Actually, a lot of people.
I didn't cut the holes right, so I'm like, I'm all like cockeyed and shit. So it's like,
You're cockeyed?
I am.
Yeah.
He's
cockeyed.
Charlie Brown.
Originally, so one of the original plans I had, I came up with Jeremy's costume, by the way. But one of the original plans I had was like, what if I just do a white sheet and put a big sign in the back that says, "I'm a ghost, not KKK." But we felt like that wouldn't go over great. So I think this is
So this one's much better idea,
Yeah.
right? Than,
Oh, yeah, much better.
a Netflix ghost, ladies and gentlemen.
Netflix ghost.
All right.
Can we all acknowledge how incredibly uncomfortable Disru looks?
But he's kept the mask on, which I respect.
I know it's supposed to be Anubis, but like it looks like the Gimp. Okay. It just-
Yeah.
Singing the desk.
when I
The
went to-
main issue is the eyes are down here, so I have to like look down. And then be like, wait, what?
Sounds
This
like
brew
Kenny.
looks like he's going to a sex
What?
dungeon.
when I went to this store to see if they had Hillary masks, Biden and Trump. But they
Imagine
didn't have Kamala.
That's how irrelevant the presidential candidate
I
is.
know, I know. So Krista suggested to buy this mask, and then she bought a wig and kind of cut the hair to look like this. So Friday Night Tights, top
It
tier
works.
production value right here.
I was gonna say, Disbrew
Gary
looks
dead?
like a pet in Ohio.
They're eating the dogs.
It's fried.
well,
Gary,
I'm here.
It's time for Gary to reveal.
It's time. I just, even though this is Halloween, we're coming up on election season. I believe in America. I believe in this country. And I wanted to dress up as the symbol of America. Oh,
Just a fist in the air. To the man
BLM.
right there.
No.
He's a black square.
It helps they have the camera on. Hang on. No.
right.
Garrett, you didn't turn on the camera.
You do that. Gary. Sorry.
I haven't seen this big of a disaster since my campaign.
It was so well timed and everything. Now it's just ruined.
It's
That was
ruined.
He's
You got to
coming
keep
like a
talking while I
bucket.
completely set this thing up. Hang on.
Okay. So
Someone do the ad read.
Quick, Az, say something.
Fill in the space as.
Is he
Bam.
is he
Come
like
on, dude, rant.
is he nutting? Is that
I-
like would he die when he got a
he's
nut?
giving
Listen,
an O
I-
face.
Permanent
I always-
face.
I suspected that Az was on Ozempic. I think he took it too far here.
Oh man. God
I
damn
mean,
it,
he is
Gary.
Poor guy.
Do we
I
have
do
anybody
what
else
he's doing with
that's
his left
annoying?
arm there. Like,
I definitely look more like a Muslim woman than a black ghost.
That's what I was saying before. It's like, I'm like a Muslim woman.
Yeah, just rip the hole open so you can stick your
I'm
face
Kamala
through.
Khan.
This looks like the Purge mask. Is that what you said, Ryan? The Purge?
I thought it looked like Smile 2 is out right now. That's kind of what
yeah.
it looked like to me,
Yeah.
but yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Are you back, Gary?
Are we ready?
You have this?
As I was saying,
Hey, that was nice, right?
there you go. As I was saying, I want to be the symbol of America, the best symbol of America, the ultimate symbol of America. I love America. It's great. Captain African American. Thank you.
It's like Soul Train.
What's
Captain
up?
America.
Do better, Senator.
Do better, Senator.
You have to shave Epic Mike for that.
Yes.
I am Epic Mike, okay? I am Epic Mike. I had to sell my shield and my wings, okay, to buy my cousin Ray Ray a boat, but I'm still here.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Put the names back up.
He did not spend it on that boat.
QB,
Yeah.
put the names back up on the on StreamYard. There we go.
I didn't even put mine.
It is so much like Bob Ross. I'm seeing that in the comments. It's so true.
It's not black enough. The fro's
Well,
not black
okay,
enough.
well, I wanted to get a blonde fro for one, okay? And they didn't have it.
We tried really
Yeah.
hard.
So my wife lightened it up a little bit, you know. So it wouldn't be as racist, but
Look at Ryan's name.
it should be Netflix Ghost.
Next Marvel
Netflix
superhero.
I feel
Netflix presents Ghost.
Yeah.
I feel like Black Ghost is more to the point, you know. And I didn't even have create a backstory for my character, so anyone in the chat can just imagine whoever you want, you know, as the character. It's fine.
Oh man, that's good shit.
Maybe I'm Kobe actually.
Wow.
Too soon.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, way too soon.
Too soon.
What? I love Kobe Bryant. What are you
I
talking
love
about?
Kobe.
You have to
Bryant,
be
too.
unburdened by what has been.
Been.
Okay.
R.I.P. Kobe, okay?
I did briefly want to go as Galadriel's boyfriend, but I thought that might be a bit dangerous. Like, the moment she saw that, she would be like, oh, I'm going to flood the country, and so I couldn't have that on the conscience.
Now, she's into that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like, the Satan himself would have been perfect for her.
Somebody could have been the family man orc.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
Little
my
baby.
God.
Just with, like, a severed head at all times.
Yeah, baby one hand, severed head in the other hand.
Since we're dual streaming on Rumble today, right?
Si, senor.
Si,
We
senor.
are.
That's Comexico's line. Today's
Comics Division.
Today's show is proudly sponsored by Be Naked. One thing everybody wishes we were right now. These days, it seems like society wants to turn men into soft tofu eating cuddle machines. Testosterone levels are tanking, and the world's pushing this weak hand-holding agenda. But if you're the kind of guy who'd rather wrestle a bear than sip a soy latte, you need naked organs. This isn't some lab potion. I could barely read this through my. Yeah, this is very difficult.
Yeah, because that's the problem when you read ads.
Gary, it's hard being black. All right.
Listen,
You get dyslexia.
you get. It's my mask. Lab-made potions from the land of participation trophies. It's 100% pure bison organs, liver, kidney, heart, and the kind of stuff that puts your hair on your granddad's chest, packed with B12, iron, and zinc. It's your antidote to low T and things like Dan Vask. And all the nonsense out there. Keep your testosterone high and your masculinity unapologetic. Head over to BeNaked.com, use code Nerdrotic, and grab 15% off. Let's make being a man great again. Hail! We got a show to do. We got a show to do.
We also have a guest.
We have a
So I
guest.
gotta go.
Special guest.
Okay, bye.
That's not
Who's
as.
our guest? Who's our guest? Oh my God, who could it be? Chat.
Could be.
Who could it be? Any guesses? Oh my goodness!
Oh,
It's Drunk 3PO!
Wait, maybe it's somebody dressing as drunk 3.
No. We would never do that.
What a show to be invited on. Thank you so much.
Why do you sound so
It's really
depressed,
him.
Jay?
That's how he always
No,
sounds.
I'm happy.
And he wonders why he doesn't come back.
I mean,
I'm in a
even
hotel. I'm dressed
happy.
as a Meta PC salesman guy. So get your Meta
What is
PC.
this?
Use code
Nerdrotic.
Nerdrotic. There you go. For all your PC needs. Thanks for having me on.
Why are you not dressed in a dress or a wig or something?
I had no idea that was the.
None of us did either, so it's all good.
I planned this months in advance. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Not sure how my internet's gonna hold up, but
Can't be worse than mine.
we'll see.
Well, it's been an interesting couple days for you, Jay. Did you just release something?
Yes, just released my second book in the Achromatic Chronicles series, and it's doing fantastic. So
awesome.
pretty awesome. And it's the
Well done.
it's actually the first release from Ripascend, the new website that Ripaverse put together for independent creators that have stuff they want to release. So it's been an amazing journey with them, and here we are today. So already almost 800 books sold, and not even 24 hours. So pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
Hell yes. Well done. Well done. We'll be there at SpaceCon tomorrow, doing our booth appearances and stuff. You'll be around too.
You're
absolutely.
Hanging out with somebody, huh?
Hanging out with somebody who was just in Las Vegas.
Just spoke at a Trump rally, actually.
Yeah.
Gina just spoke at a Trump rally.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she did freaking amazing.
And he got the shout out. She got the shout out from Trump himself as well.
I can't hear anything what y'all saying. It sounds like y'all talking behind like some rubber.
What do you have to say for that, Jay?
Oh man.
Jayception.
Jay, what do you think?
Okay.
You look so happy there, Jay.
All right, okay. We'll have to get back.
I can't tell if that's Jeremy's Kamala impression or just him laughing.
Right?
Thank you, Chris Gore. It's payback.
Payback. Yeah. Gina, she was number 5 on my top 10. She moved up actually in the last week. It was great to see her up there. She looked like she hated giving that speech, but she had to do it. And she did a great job. It was nice to see. It's nice to see, especially after a couple weeks after, Disney tried to stop her lawsuit and failed again. And it looks like this thing is moving forward, and I can't wait. If we get, Discovery would be the best Christmas present ever, but we'll see if we get it or not. Or that, or it'd be awful. This is terrible. It's against the law, so I wouldn't recommend it. But remember those Sony leaks? Those are the best, man. We need one for Disney. That'd be awful.
Ryan, how far apart are those eye holes?
Bro.
Like, how big did you think your head was?
Nipples?
Here's the thing.
He made them for the little mummy.
Actually, it's pretty close.
Here's the thing. I like draped it over my head like this, right? And so they're right here, which is like relatively close. And then I like use scissors from the inside to cut. But then I realized it's like never gonna lay like that ever again. So. I don't know.
Oh yeah, chat's right. Those are for his nipples, not for his eyes.
Those are his special holes.
Yes.
Or at least you can jerk off, Ryan.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want. You guys don't know. Like a real
Trick is that
ghost.
he's actually tubing.
Bro, that's probably what real ghosts do. They just walk around, watch women get changed and shit and jerk off.
What else you got to do? A lot of time in your hands.
A lot of time in your hands.
And nobody.
So there is some stuff to talk about this week. Of course, Blade got staked. Haha. And today we learned that Stephen Knight has left the Ray movie. Big shocker.
Yep.
Yep.
And there's been a slew of articles of Hollywood shrinkage. There is no work at all. As a matter of fact, there's about 20% of the work that they normally have. So things are getting very bad, very, very bad. So lots of things to talk about. Let's start with I guess Star Wars. I'm so fucking done with Star Wars, dude.
You literally just released a video.
I know.
Ready?
Hopefully
The
it's my
top 10
last
Disney
one.
Star Wars disasters.
Hopefully it's my last one. It's I mean, this year, like, you could feel the tide turning, like, big time in Hollywood. Things are, with even with Blade getting axed, and the reason behind it is pretty crazy.
Technically, like, Blade, according to everybody involved, Blade is still moving forward. It's been delayed once again. Mahershala Ali came out with a statement. He's like, I'm not worried about the delays, and I'm still attached to the project.
Of course.
So,
just like Rian Johnson said, he's not worried about his delayed trilogy, and Dan and Dave weren't worried about stuff, and that's the way it's going to be. But 5 years in the making, and it's a fucking. We can start with Blade. What an enigma it is to like. How do you get somebody to kill vampires in a movie? Like, this is the mystery of life. How in the fuck do you do that? Apparently, it's very hard for Disney Marvel to have somebody kill vampires in a movie, guys.
Well, Christopher Nolan's going to take care of that movie, so nobody's really going to want to see Blade after he's done with his. But
it's really hard to kill vampires intersectionally, so that's the issue that they're trying to figure out.
I still feel that this Blade movie will not happen.
Oh, I don't think so either.
No way. Especially with Marshall, like, he's gone. He's already, how old is he? He's over 50, right?
He's like 50.
He stayed on, though, man, through thick and thin, even though he had some times where he wanted to step away. He clearly wants to do this project, but he's just too good for it. He's too good for this project. He's
you know what the crazy thing is? They like cast Mahershala because they wanted a younger Blade. How old do you think Mahershala Ali is?
He's in his 50s.
He's about 50. You know how old Wesley Snipes is?
60.
Yeah, like, it's not that much different.
To be fair, he was 45 when they announced the movie.
Yeah. No. Yeah, like, he was 45 and Wesley Snipes was 58 when they announced it. If they would have just done a Wesley Snipes like thing right then.
Old man Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He's fantastic. But now, forget it beforehand. Now, after Deadpool and Wolverine, there's no reason to not make an old man Blade movie.
Oh, hell no. Yeah.
There's never been a better moment. It's even better now than it was when they announced this Blade project.
And
everybody wants.
And I promise you, that's what the delay's behind. They've heard feedback from Wolverine and Deadpool, and this is how shit works there. You would think that they would plan things a little better in Hollywood, but I think over the last 8 years, specifically with Star Wars, and over the last 4 years with Marvel, it shows that they have all these resources, all this fucking money, and they don't plan shit. They just kind of run by the seat of their fucking pants. And all of a sudden, Blade was one of the most talked about things and the biggest hit of the summer. And it's like, oh, there's a delay in the movie. Are you fucking surprised? Because there's people actually having conversations about maybe we should bring Wesley back. Something they should have done in the first place.
And also, they still don't have it written. Like, it's not like this movie is ready to go in production now. So it was scheduled to be released basically a year from now. And obviously, if you haven't started shooting by about right now, that'd be a very tough timetable to get for it to actually be released November 10th or wherever the fuck it was supposed to be.
How many scripts did they go through? They scrapped like 4?
They've gone through 6 writers, but I don't know how many scripts that was.
Script, yeah, because they tossed out the 1930s, the one that was going to be set in the past. That got tossed. Like, dude, they're starting all over now with a new director.
They tossed a couple, as far as I know. Were they finished scripts? Were they outlines? I have no idea. No idea.
Oh my God.
Even if they had Wesley Snipes, they still would have had the same issue all the way along. They still would have tried to have him with like 4 women leading him around by the nose and all those kind of problems.
Yeah.
So, like, the actor tied to this, maybe because it's Wesley Snipes, they'll be willing to be like trust him rather than think they need something else to sell the movie, which might actually give them more confidence to go ahead with it. But I think if this had been made years ago, they would have gone through exact same issues.
Yeah, and like I said, right now with this movie and the interest level for a Blade without Wesley Snipes has never been lower, and the interest level for a Blade movie with Wesley Snipes as old man Wesley Snipes, we've already seen the tease, never been higher. There's no legitimate, logical reason to move forward with this project. None. And that probably means they're going to go move forward with it, to be honest, because that's just how they operate.
Yeah.
By the way, somebody in the chat said, "Is Gary Captain Amandla Stenberg?"
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm whatever you want me to be.
I don't fuck with your discourse, Senator.
Ask, do you fuck with discourse?
Also, Kamaga, that was the best answer you've ever given. I just want to say.
Thank you.
Coherent.
No, Marvel's Blade loses director. Marvel's Blade loses writers. It's been multiple writers, multiple directors. Marsha Ali eventually did get pissed, and they talked to Marvel, and they probably threw some more money at him. But if a Blade happens, even with Marsha Ali, it's a couple years away minimum. They got to write it, as Ryan said. They have to find another director, probably lose another director, and then hire another director and find a writer. And the problem is, people aren't running to Marvel to work there anymore. And if you're a creator worth anything in Hollywood, why would you want to mess with that? Why would you want to go there, put up with all their shit, maybe get fired, maybe get delayed when you could just work on your own thing?
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's the kiss of death at this point, working for
Disney. It is. I mean, Disney as a whole. Yeah.
I mean, massive directors like Sam Raimi. We saw Sam Raimi, a brilliant director. I love Sam Raimi.
Mm-hmm.
When he gets into the MCU, they screw up his vision. You could see it when you're watching that movie. The bits of Sam Raimi that are in there, and the bits that are definitely fucking not. So they'll do it to anybody. And this is a movie about a dude that kills vampires. That's not it's not hard. It's not difficult.
It needs to be a low budget, rated R, gore fest.
Yeah,
for the most
street
part.
level.
Yeah.
Lots of killing, lots of blood.
Just what Shang-Chi should have been. Not gore fest, but violent. Incredibly violent, rated R.
Fucking kung fu movie. That's what
Shang-Chi should have been a kung fu movie, not some mystical bullshit that it was. It's what's weird is Blade set the precedent for this. I mean, when it popped up, nobody knew what fucking Blade was. It was a rated R movie, and that's what nerds wanted for so long. It's we want a dark rated R superhero movie, and we got one. We got one. And now it's like they don't know how to make these. It's what we talked about with superhero fatigue. We can't. They can't go back to the singular superhero movie. They just can't. They have to fill it with other superheroes. And now that I fully believe, this is pure speculation, that they are considering Wesley Snipes because they need some kind of hook. As great of an actor as Marshall Ali is, and he's great, Wesley Snipes returning to Blade would have more impact on the box office.
What if they try to talk? What if they? I mean, it would actually be incredibly simple for them to have them both be Blade in the same movie. Different multiverses. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It could, but then that falls back to we can't just have a Blade movie. It's got to be some kind of thing, some kind of gimmick. Yeah.
I'm dying to know what Disparu thinks just because he's so uncomfortable. I want to hear him talk.
Well, it's because everyone says, well, when he talks, no one can understand me. So I'm like, well, do I have to do this every time? I don't know. But I do think that the reason why you need multiple superheroes in the movies now is simply because the people and the characters aren't as big a draw as the old ones were. So if you brought back the original characters, if you brought back Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr., it would be still as big a draw as it always was. I don't think it's that superheroes need other heroes. I think it's just the ones they have now are so weak. The characters they're pushing are so weak. They can't stand on their own rather than a superhero not being able to stand on its own.
I agree with Jay.
I think a certain number of superheroes can stand on their own, but to that point, we'll see with the next Superman movie. There's a lot of other superheroes in that.
Even with Wesley Snipes in it, I don't think it's going to be good. It's still going to be made by Disney. And so,
well, look,
I mean, they managed to pull off Deadpool and Wolverine. Maybe they could pull off a Blade movie.
They did, but that was
what control did they have really on that?
Yeah,
one,
but
that
that's
was
the
Ryan
question.
Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is the reason that happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
So we
if
got
they
the
let the
creative
right
reason.
person have control, then yeah, they could probably make a good movie. But if they keep fucking it with it like they do everything else, it's going to be garbage.
They should make Ryan Reynolds just the executive producer of it. Just step in and start executive producing the Blade side. Bring back Wesley. Do a restart of that character. Bring him in. Don't do any of this fucking connected universe or trying to tie it into building up the next phase. Fuck that. It could be in the universe, but it's doing its own thing.
Can Az stop
That's not gonna
interrupting?
happen.
Can Az
Az.
stop fucking interrupting?
I'm trying to make a point.
Jesus, Az, shut the fuck up. Can somebody
I don't know
else
how you
talk
hear him.
around
His
here?
mic's muted. I mean, come on.
Jeez, man.
That's how good he is at interrupting people.
I know.
Ridiculous, man.
I know Jay really wants to see Wesley Snipes' Blade.
That's your cue to talk, Jay.
That's your cue to talk, Jay. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the stream, Jay.
I think it's all crap. I think everybody in charge of Lucasfilm and Marvel just needs to say we had a good run, and let's bring in some other people. It all sucks. That's it.
Yeah.
If you got an old man Blade with Wesley Snipes, though, would you be excited? Even if Disney's making it, would you be excited?
No. I would like to. I mean, I would love to see Wesley Snipes be Blade again. I saw that in Deadpool, but hey, you can't. Blade is so easy to make, and they make it so complicated. I don't understand. It's just literally a dude with a sword that kills vampires. That's all it is. There's
they're fucking retarded, Jay. That's the reason why they can't make it.
It doesn't make any sense. They try to overcomplicate things. And it doesn't need a story. It doesn't need anything. It needs a black guy with a sword, and he kills a bunch of people. That's it. There's nothing else to it.
And the more simple it is, the more opportunity it is for them to fuck it up. That's the problem.
Well,
always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah, and the Marvel brand is so messed up around. Even if they bring in like a good, like Stephen Knight, who we're going to talk about in a second, who left Ray, is a good writer. Peaky Blinders. So you bring somebody like that in to write Blade. Find a good horror director. Or a good up-and-coming action director. I don't know how many there are right now. That wouldn't even like sell people because it's Disney, and it's gonna take them years to fight that. Like who in the look who they got the Shang-Chi director to direct Spider-Man 4. Like that's one of the most uninspiring hires ever.
Wow,
it's like
seriously,
yeah. It's like that is like probably the top tier franchise you have left, and you get the guy who directed a $40 million opening weekend film that was a fucking flop that didn't that went into Disney Marvel writing down $65 million that year, and Shang-Chi was a contributor. You hired that director for real to do Spider-Man?
I think the issue is like The Beekeeper. I don't know if anyone saw it, but that is a great action movie. But there's a police side plot which is just like, you can tell it's not part of the movie. It serves absolutely no purpose.
I saw it.
And it's kind of, it just sticks in, essentially, the diversity characters into the police storyline, while he goes around and just is great in his own section, where it's basically just an action movie killing people. And it just reeks of, no, we need these people for these checkboxes. We need this kind of storyline in there. Find a way. And so he just stuck it in parallel. And so it didn't really react with the main story at all. If you just cut all of those scenes, it would have been a better movie. And I think any movie, even Blade movie, would have exactly the same issue. They would. It doesn't matter about the quality of the writers or the directors. It's what they have to fit in, which is an addition to what they want to add in, which ruins the movies. And so unless they can have like some side plot which has nothing to do with it, I don't think there's a better way to keep everyone happy, so to speak.
I think they're already in this massive engine, right? You have the MCU engine, which is already a difficult thing to do. You're juggling multiple movies, multiple TV series now that all need to interconnect. So that's a hard writing task as is. And then, like you just said, they have to fit in all this bullshit on top. It's an impossible task.
Well, and I guess at this point too, it's like only one checkbox is not enough, right? Because you have a black male lead, but you have to have all these other diversity checkboxes for this movie to come to fruition, because that's what Hollywood wants these days.
Yeah, and to Ryan's point earlier, I mean, they might be just kicking the can down the road, and they might have talked to everybody involved who's still involved in Blade and said, we're not doing shit until we finish the Secret Wars stuff, because that will give them probably an opportunity to kind of wipe the slate clean and start over. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's not like this thing was fast tracking at this point. Their focus is going to be on getting past Thunderbolts and Captain African America. My movie coming out this February. Don't miss it. Black History Month. That's right.
Gary, that movie I always remember because that movie was announced on stage at San Diego Comic-Con the weekend that I met you and Jeremy.
That's right. That's a long time ago.
That was over 5 years ago in July of 2019.
That was our first
meetup. That movie got announced. So yeah, like holy fuck, bro. Like even if it had stayed with that release date, it would have been over 6 years since it was first announced. Now we're looking at 7 to maybe 8 since it was first announced.
Like Black Adam, dude. Like Black Adam took a decade and maybe longer. I remember it was first announced a long fucking time ago.
So it was like 2016.
That's like at least that one. It wasn't like they brought Dwayne Johnson out on stage. We're like, hey, we're making a black guy. Like that was just like, hey, like reports from Deadline. Dwayne Johnson in discussions with Warner Brothers from like, and those things happen, right? We do know some movies do take a long fucking time to work out in negotiations, and they can never quite get the right things, and then eventually it might go into production. This was an announcement in the same way that the Ray movie is an announcement. Like it's a spectacle. It's a big deal. It's not something that is just like, oh, they've been working on it quietly. Nah, you bring Daisy Ridley, you bring Sharmino Obaid-Chinoy, the fucking DEI hire if I've ever seen one, and you bring them up on stage to be applauded at Disney Star Wars Celebration about this movie that you're making.
And that's another one that might take 6 years to make. I
kind of remind people of that too. Like The Acolyte, 4.5 years from when it was announced to when it came out. So, you know, the idea that it has been 18 months since the Ray movie is announced isn't exactly out of...
we have Raymond here. Raymond, what's
going
on?
What's going on with your movie?
What's going on with your movie, buddy?
Well, that's why I started identifying as a man. I think that'll help it get, off to get more attention on it and more diversity. So I think we'll get it going sooner than later now.
Well, the big difference is I think we all would love to see a good Blade movie.
Oh, hell
I think that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's a consensus here. We'd all love to see him a rated R Blade movie where he's killing the shit out of some vampires. We even thought of a better plot than the 30s one. We're like, well, let's have Blade fight some KKK vampires. That would be fucking kind of awesome. I'd love to see it, but they're not going to do that.
No.
And remember, we heard Blade's voice at the end. Oh, probably you don't remember. How many people here saw the Eternals? Raise your hands.
Yeah, Eternals.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
He's in the Eternals.
Good job, Black Ghost.
Yeah.
Set up that little end credit scene right there.
Ryan might be
come
more
back again.
uncomfortable than Disney at this point. Like,
I never finished the Eternals. Where does Blade's voice come in?
So Jon
It's like
Snow?
the mid-credit scene. It's like it's like
Black
very
Knight-
fast. If you're not paying attention,
They're
you won't catch
introducing
on.
the Black Knight, and he's looking at the sword, and you hear Blade say something like, you ready to get into a different world or some shit. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't
I
care. Okay. It was the Eternals.
Yeah, fuck that. Well, the thing is, if they were smart, they would just do a standalone one-off movie with Blade, to make money, and people would fucking go and see it. But again, they're not smart. They're gonna try and tie it into everything. It's just fucking bring it back to solo movies, man. That's what they need to do.
Well, that was the biggest problem I think for Marvel is when they cracked open the multiverse.
Yeah,
They did that. So if their ideas weren't working, they could easily bring back Robert Downey Jr. or anyone else and just put them in a different universe, or they could just recreate another timeline. So I was talking to Gary just the other day about the comic where Dr. Doom beats Thanos. It's like, are they going to do that all over again? So they're going to try to recreate what did he call it? Like Act 1, 2, and 3 from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because that's the only thing that works for them, because they don't have any ideas of what to do. So cracking open the multiverse now, it's like people won't get invested in the characters anymore. There's no point in standalone films because it's like, well, is it tied into this universe? Is it that universe? Well, if he dies, it's no big deal because then we could just jump into the multiverse and bring another one over. I thought it worked well in the Spider-Man film and in the Deadpool for what it was doing, but they're using it as like all these stories. That's probably how they're going to kill Kang off too. Is like different
Off screen.
Mm-hmm.
multiverse and
It's going to be a line.
I
line
really-
of dialogue. That's it.
I really want to see Aubrey Plaza getting back shots from Thanos. That's really what I want to see in the future. The end. Up to you.
Well, I mean, they can still have those standalone movies
as
take
Lady
place in the
Death.
same universe. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't have to do completely solo, but it's like, be smart. Give the audience what they want. They want, good Marvel movies. at
Marvel
this point.
movies worked for so long, and we've talked about this before because they were an event every time they came out. Once you do multiverse, especially in comics, it's usually when the comic, with DC and Marvel in particular, it's when things get stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
And they need something to kind of generate sales, and they need a jumping on point for new customers. The problem is that works once in a great while, but both
Yeah.
companies started doing it too much, and then they weren't thinking about that a jumping on point can be a jumping off point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
diminishing it, too.
totally different for movies. I think like Marvel, it's like reaching maturity, right? I think they just got all the audience they were going to get, and they just needed to, instead of just, as Jeremy likes to say, and everybody, just make a good movie. You want to keep making money? I don't know. Spend less money on, spend less money in your budgets. Spend a little more on good writers and get something out, and don't announce a release date. Just say, hey, we're working on this movie. It'll be out sometime.
Yeah, it'll be out when it's ready.
It'll be out when it's ready. And a lot of these problems are because they have to stick to this release date to satisfy Disney because of the shareholders, and you can't create art like that. I mean, we've been saying it for years. They're finally figuring it out. And in the meantime, the rest of the world was creating art, like not caring about release dates and stuff. And now it's starting to creep in on their market share, right? And that's something they're going to have to deal with. And before you start, Disparu, you were talking about this earlier, Disparu. They handcuff themselves. Forget all the DEI rules that are there. Like they handcuff themselves. Like the writers themselves will go, we need some diversity in here. Let's do a cop story out of nowhere in The Beekeeper, which I saw and I mostly liked, but that was stupid.
Well, yeah,
and you could
I
tell.
liked all of the Beekeeper story. I just didn't see any point for the police story, which didn't even link in at all until right at the very end when she had to be like, oh, I will be the one that let you go because I realized you're a good guy. That was the only time in the entire movie it served a purpose.
This is
I think-
fascinating watching you talk while it's on your head. I love this.
Yeah, that works better.
Does the mouth move?
That works way better.
I think that's where you're supposed to talk, but the issue is if you have your mouth there, so it's on either side, it basically just chokes you. So you're like, there's no way I'm talking through that. But the other advantage of smaller budgets is that you can actually target a group of people rather than $300 million or whatever they go up to, where you have to target everybody, which therefore you make it for nobody. Yeah. If your action movie just costs 80 million or whatever, but only targets like specific action fans, then you can do that. Whereas if you make it 350 million, then you are going to supposedly have to have all these other people in to apply to a load of different groups, if that's how you think it works. And so you end up with every single movie being the same because it just turns into this grey sludge of trying to appeal to literally every group out there. So nobody likes it.
Yep.
Yeah, and let's not forget, like you brought up Doctor Doom and that Doctor Doom movie, and Elon Musk is out there running his mouth, taking shots at Elon Musk for no fucking reason right now. Which I'm wondering how that's if he's going to continue being asked about that, and how that's going to have any.
Robert
impact
Downey
on
Jr.
Doc. Yeah.
I mean, was it taking a shot, or it was? But he just said, "I wish his behavior was better." I mean, that's what he said.
But he said,
It's a
as a
concern,
recovering white American male.
Yeah, what the
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that means.
Okay. So he is a recovering addict, and he is I know how he said it though.
Yeah. But yeah, he could have just said as a recovering addict, but still, like, I don't know what point that had to make in terms of Elon Musk. It's the same thing as when, like, Stephen A. Smith on ESPN every day says, as a black man, he has to qualify because he's like, we don't know. Everybody knows that Robert Downey Jr. doesn't typically start out conversations like as a recovering white male American, but he said it specifically about Elon Musk because he was trying to make a point.
He's from Hollywood. This shouldn't surprise
Did he go to a
anyone.
Diddy party?
I think it was. So are we talking about the Elon Musk?
I don't think
Robert Downey Jr.
RDJ
thing?
would go to a Diddy party.
I don't know.
That
Well, then he ain't sober.
Did you guys see the whole quote from? Did you guys see the whole quote?
I
from
think
Robert
he's
Downey
pretty
Jr.?
strong in his sobriety.
The whole quote that I have on the G&G account is, as an almost 60-year-old recovering white American male, I just wish that he would control his behavior a little more, but that's not on me.
Well, that's not the entire quote. Like the rest of it, he talks about. I don't know about this whole we need to go to Mars thing, but then he talks about all the things that he says something about all the things that make him so valuable. So to me, when I read the full quote, it didn't feel like he was slamming Elon Musk or anything. It just seemed like, because somebody asked him, hey, what do you think about Elon Musk trying to be a real life Iron Man? And that's what started off his answer. Well, as a 6-year-old recovering white man, I don't know why he said the white part.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
That was gay.
That's the clarifier.
I think what I got from his answer was, it was kind of how Elon is so like shoot from the hip, will do anything crazy or say anything crazy at any given time. Almost that's what it feels like sometimes. That's why I think he said the recovering part.
Yeah,
in terms of like just
controlling
your impulses a little more.
You mean that behavior that your entire character that made you world famous is based off of? I fuck Robert Downey Jr. End of discussion. Because he wouldn't have said that same thing about Elon Musk 4 years ago.
No, he wouldn't.
Well,
That's
also in Hollywood, as
Elon's in his fucking movie. Elon's in Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2.
But in Hollywood, the as a white male statement just means, well, my opinion doesn't mean anything.
Exactly.
I'm just a white guy.
Yeah. That's the part I would take exception to. Everything else is like whatever. But wait. Robert Downey Jr. was in a political ad directed by Joss Whedon back in 2016. So, we shouldn't be surprised. They're from fucking Hollywood. These people, they're all going to say the same thing to stay in fucking line. Whether they really believe it or not, it doesn't really fucking matter, does it?
I want to clarify. When
Michael
I said he
Keaton
wouldn't have said it
recently,
4
too.
years ago, I mean, he wouldn't have said it about Elon because Elon was the darling of the left.
Exactly.
Yeah, but listen to this whole quote. This is why it doesn't sound to me like he's fucking slamming him or anything. I've only met him a few times, Downey answered. As an almost 6-year-old recovering white American male, I just wish he would control his behavior a little more, but that's not on me. I know that this idea of it's all okay because we got to get to Mars doesn't hold water. But again, you have to have looked to everything he's done, and that demonstrates why he's valuable.
Yeah, that doesn't
like
sound
it kind of was like
super negative.
I don't take that as him slamming Elon Musk.
No, I'd say that's fence sitting, if anything, which is fine.
No, it's almost like you have to finish the
Did
quote
someone
when
say
you're
my
posting
name?
these when you're
Well,
it is kind of fence. It is kind of fence sitting.
It is
but,
fence sitting, but yes, you have to listen to the entire quote to get the entire context.
Yeah.
And I don't think for 1 minute RDJ's ever putting on a MAGA hat.
Yeah.
Okay, ever.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But
Not-
usually
No,
he's
a left wing guy. He is.
yeah, but he's smart and he understands that he's got a business to run. He's also everything I've seen, pretty good beacon of sobriety too. So I love him for that. I do love him for that, for getting back from prison and making something out of his life. That's inspirational. Politics be damned, but
Yeah, you got every other motherfucker out there calling Elon Musk a white supremacist Nazi, and Robert Downey Jr.'s take was like, yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with all the stuff he does, and I wish maybe he controlled a little more, but hey, he does a lot of things, and he's pretty valuable to society.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's what Robert Downey Jr. said to me.
But we can
That's
talk
how I
about.
took it.
Well, let's talk about. Forget Iron Man. Let's talk about Batman.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton going out there, and it again. Fuck. We've talked about this a lot. Hollywood's gone through a really tough time, guys. Really tough time. They voted to go on strike. They voted and supported Gavin Newsom, who has now helped implement all the fucking laws in California that make them want to get tax breaks from, because their industry is fucking dying and everything's leaving California. And it's okay. I don't give a shit what actor, who they vote for. If they want to discuss policy and stuff like that, that's fine. They're free to do that. That we shouldn't that's okay. But when you go out there and call half the country fucking stupid, fuck you. So the whole context let's hear it. And then, you guys will get the context of it. You'll get it. You're smart people.
Hey, hi, Michael. For some of you folks who, guys mostly, I guess, who are thinking about attending a rally with Musk and Trump, they don't really respect you. They laugh at you behind your back. They think you're stupid.
Kamala doesn't.
They don't want to hang out with you. They have nothing in common with you. They're not your bros.
Michael Keaton's going to hang out with you.
Years ago,
He's your bro.
Said, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and they'd still vote for me. Basically, what he's saying in parentheses is, these people are so stupid, they're so dumb, they'd still vote for me. They have no respect for you. Trust me.
Okay, so the whole point of that was he's saying that Trump thinks you're stupid while talking to you like you're fucking stupid. Okay, you fucking retard.
Hey, little buddy.
Yeah, little buddy.
I know you're a grown man. You have a family and you have a career, but you need to understand that orange man doesn't really. He talks to people like they're fucking children.
Yeah.
Like,
It's never anything like substantive. It's never like these guys have this policy and I think it's negative for the American people. It's always no, they're bad people. They treat you bad. No. I want to hear your argument against him. What is your argument for Kamala? What do you like about her? Why should I vote for her? You don't have anything, do you?
That would be an argument from reason, rather than the other side is largely based off feelings and vibes, as they call it nowadays.
Yeah.
But one of his things is, actually, if somebody says I could shoot people and they still would vote for me, that says just as much about that person as it does about you. If the other guy could shoot somebody on a street and they still would vote for him over you, how horrific are you? Like, I don't think it for a second.
Well, honestly, it depends on who they shoot.
Well, there is that. I don't know the area personally. Like, no, most people down that street are horrific.
oh man, I've got to lose this mask soon. This just like.
Yeah, dude, this wig is like killing me right now. I think I'm committed to it, but yeah.
Did you see Rob Snyder's response to him?
Yeah, I did.
It's fucking great.
It is great, and the thing is, it's fine if somebody goes, I would disagree vehemently, but talk about policy and this is the overarching problem Hollywood has. There is, I don't like this policy and here's why. I'm going to explain it. And then there's half the country's fucking stupid or they're racist or they're Nazis or they're bigots. And then Hollywood wonders, well, we're not selling as many tickets. I wonder why. It must be streaming. It must be Netflix. It must be this. It must be that. No, you're alienating your clientele. It's really that fucking simple. And all of us here have been saying that for fucking years at this point, and they still haven't. They refuse to believe it. They know at this point. They fucking know. But they refuse to believe it. And they're still going out there with their industry crumbling. And I said this at the beginning of the year. I'm like, man, it looks like things could turn around, but it's an election year. And they're going to fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
Does the Hollywood endorsement have any weight anymore?
No.
Like, I don't think it has anything. It just makes them look stupid, like you said.
Honestly,
I think Zachary
if
Levi came out and just said, listen, if we don't do something now, all these Hollywood people crying, they're not going to have a Hollywood to cry about. So
yeah,
you better make some changes.
I don't know what video you're talking about.
I mean, I was impressed by Keaton's, little speech there, because that entire thing was constructed to be an emotional argument. There was nothing intellectually substantive in anything he said. It all boils down to this guy bad and you're stupid if you vote to him, which is just emotional manipulation to try and browbeat people. Vilifies like you don't want to be stupid, so therefore you want to be a smart person by my arbitrary judgment, therefore vote for the person that I want. And it's the type of argument that would only work on dumb people, honestly.
It's manipulative tactics is what it is.
Well, it works on everybody who works in Hollywood, actors.
Well,
so
there we go, right? But it
works on either dumb people or people who are very easily emotionally manipulated.
Actors,
exactly.
Adult pretenders,
actors.
yes.
And it was just full of crap. It was just, and it's so in line with the left. That seems to be their primary way of convincing people, is just to an appeal to emotion and vilifying, and nothing of any real substance behind it.
So Rob Schneider tweeted. By the way, I saw him live here in San Antonio. He was fucking awesome. Dear Michael Keaton, I am not voting to hang out with somebody. Neither am I. Is anybody here voting to hang out with somebody to be bros?
No.
God, the last person I want to hang out with is a politician.
Yeah. I voted for someone that will improve the economy and make my life, improve it by extension by improving the economy.
Wow.
Of course. I mean, I wouldn't vote to hang out with someone, but it would be cool to vote to hang out with Trump or Elon. That would be cool, guys.
Sure. Or JD Vance.
Yeah.
Talk Lord of the Rings with JD Vance. Somehow Jeremy managed to look more gay. You are voting for somebody who doesn't know which bathroom to use. You are voting for somebody who wants to continue having boys invade girl sports. You are voting for someone who wants to use taxpayer money to pay for prisoners' gender reassignment surgery. You are voting for someone who nobody voted for in the primaries and who was anointed by Dem elites to replace a president whose brain doesn't work anymore. You are voting for somebody who won't tell us who is really running our nation. You are voting for somebody who flies undocumented people in the middle of the night to Ohio and let in 11 million people through our open borders, bringing child trafficking and fentanyl, causing misery and death. Worst of all, you are voting for somebody who never worked at McDonald's. And it goes on. I'm not going to read the rest of this. You can read it.
It's fucking amazing.
That was staged, by the way, guys. Did you know the McDonald's thing? Totally staged.
Yeah. Didn't get an application.
Remember when AOC was crying at the border? At the border, that was all. That was totally real. But
I've updated my name, Gary, for you.
That gas station.
Gary, I've updated my name for you.
Oh, Jod. Jod,
damn it! We're halfway there. We're almost to the election.
And Rob Schneider roasted me at a movie theater one time. I'll never forgive him for it.
Oh yeah, that was great.
What
are you talking?
No, he's holding too much
It's
sweets.
because Jay is because we were going to the Terror on the Prairie premiere, and Jay had decided, because they had some candy and stuff, Jay decided to put every single damn candy bar, M&Ms, everything he could find, he shoved into his pocket.
That's not totally true. That's not.
I know it's not totally true. It's actually he was holding it all for Jeremy and Krista, I believe.
Yeah.
And the metal detector went off as he was going into the theater. So he gets pulled aside. They can't figure out what's going off. They're like, "Can you empty your pockets, please, sir?" And Jay just pulls out fucking 1 million candy bars. Oh. And Rob Schneider, like, he's holding up the line and shit. Rob Schneider just cuts him in line. And what did he say to you when he passed you, Jay?
Well, Jay
He's like, "Is all that for you?"
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
"No, I'm holding it." I said, "I'm holding it for my friends." They went to the bathroom, and he goes, "Sure, buddy."
No. He said, "Sure." He said, "Sure, buddy." I've used that excuse before.
Yeah. And I just stood there like.
And then I held the door open. I held the door open for Rob Schneider after he roasted the fuck out of Jay.
That's awesome.
Man, we're all dressed in suits, you know. Rob Schneider comes with a big party Hawaiian shirt. It was awesome, man.
And you're like 2 feet taller than him, so 2.5 feet taller.
Yeah. He's a short guy.
Yeah, he's a little guy. So we have
like.
Could you find Zachary Levi?
M&M's falling out of his pocket and shit. Popcorn was falling out.
Hey, sir, could you please empty
Like
your
200
pockets?
people behind me waiting on me.
It only went off for Jay. Can you empty your pockets, sir? Fucking look like you just raided the vending machine.
Hey, my friends.
You're the guy at Halloween who like dumps the it says take one. You're the one who dumps it all in your bag.
Hey,
You're that guy.
Jay, I was carrying my own. Remember, I
That is
wasn't
true.
part of it. I just had one thing.
You
at
just
M&M's.
stood there and looked at me in disgust.
You should.
That's just his expression. That's what he always looks like.
And then I started laughing.
So this poor guy's career is over in Hollywood. But maybe he'll have one somewhere else. Hey, he had a good run. Chuck is a damn good show, by the way.
Damn good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First Shazam's okay.
The first Shazam is okay. Second one, not okay. Not very good at all.
Too bad for him. DC is just completely fucked, and they didn't know what they were doing.
Well, what was that? There's still that trend going on where it's like, let's have superheroes fight grandmas. You know, it's like, guys, come on, okay.
Not very action packed.
Sigourney Weaver and the Defenders.
Yeah.
72-year-old Sigourney Weaver beating the shit out of Elektra and like, well, get out of here. Stop it.
Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this, man? Let's hear what he has to say. This might sound familiar.
We have two options here, guys. Two. That's it. And I can look at either candidate in Kamala or in Donald Trump, and I can find lots of things that I don't think are good about who they are as a person, right? I think Kamala seems to be a lot nicer, seems, her laugh and her smile, and I do think that she has more eloquence when she applies it.
Disagree.
100% disagree.
She's not saying anything. I don't think that she's
He's
saying
trying to be nice,
anything
though. I get it.
Yeah.
meaningful at all. She's talking in circles. And I can't find any substance in what she's trying to do, what her policies are, how they'll be different from Joe Biden's, who she's been a part of for the last 4 years. And our country, our economy, our border, all of these things were better in the hands of a man like Donald Trump, who I didn't vote for, by the way. This will be the first time I do. I didn't think that somehow this guy would come in there and do it. And guess what? He did. Everyone said in 2016, everyone's like, oh my God, it's going to be the end of the world. Democracy's going to go away. It's going to be, he's the new Hitler, all these things. And none of that came to pass. And all of these things that have been leveled against him, you know, some of these things are well beyond my understanding. There's so much lawfare that's been going on between both parties for so long, leveling lawsuits and this and that and whatever. Guys, I can't, my endorsement of someone like Donald Trump is not an endorsement of all that is Donald Trump. In the same way that anyone voting for Kamala, it's not an endorsement of everything about Kamala and every other candidate that we've ever been handed. What I can tell you is that two big things, I think, that separate, I think, the way that I see the world versus the way that people who, I mean, hate Trump that much and would not be willing to vote for him and are voting for Kamala. There's two, I think, main differences here. The first one is, and by the way, and I think this is kind of the bifurcation really that we're dealing with across the nation. I do not believe that the media, legacy mainstream media, is telling the truth. And they haven't been for a really long time.
Word.
And that includes CNN and MSNBC and CNBC and Fox News and
Fox News.
All of that
all of
stuff.
them.
I don't
All of
subscribe to it. I don't listen to it. I don't believe it to be something that is good for us. I don't think it's very factual. And even when they are dropping facts, they're dropping a lot of pundit opinions and nonsense and bullshit.
Enemy of the people.
And I don't think any of that is good for us. So I think a lot of this comes down to, well, where do you get your messaging? Where do you get what you believe to be true? If you believe that those sources are true, are good, that they are worthy of being listened to, that's your choice. You are going to form a completely different opinion than someone like myself who does not listen to that stuff. And I do my own research, even though we're told, don't do your own research. Well, I do. And I go online and I sleuth through it and I talk to people who, by the way, are very moderate, very objective human beings when you try to get to the bottom of, well, what is the truth? What are we talking about here? And from everything that I can deduce in all of that, listen, if I did believe the things that were being spewed on CNN and MSNBC and all that all day long, I would probably absolutely agree with you. Truly. But I don't. I don't listen to that. I don't believe that. And I'm also not saying that everyone who works at these places are somehow like evil. That's not how it works.
I am.
You have directives that come from on high, and those filter down and
They're
filter
evil
down,
too.
And the people, by and large, that work at these places,
One could say the
they don't
banality
know
of
that
evil.
they're being propaganda used in these talking points. They think that they're fighting the good fight. And by the way, that's part of the problem that we're dealing with. This whole thing has become a holy war. So much so that there are zealots on both sides that they think in order to defeat the evil, we must become evil. We must become evil to defeat the evil. And I can tell you that that's what's happening, because if my DMs are filling up with people that think that they're fighting for the light, for the right, and in doing so, how they do it is coming into my messages and telling me to die, telling me that my family should die, mocking me and shaming me. What? You think you're fighting for the light if those are your tactics? If you're so full of hate, of fear and hate, that you resort to using tactics like that, you have lost the plot.
Completely off topic. I think he could actually pull off being Reed Richards.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I think he'd be a great Reed Richards.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Zachary Levi, felt the desire, even though he's going to get blasted by so many people, to come out and say what he actually believes about the topic. And even if he doesn't agree 100%, like endorsing Donald Trump because he feels that's the best way for the country going forward. I will just say this. If anybody is making their opinion to vote, making that decision based off the opinion of someone who plays other people for pretend on either side, you're probably fucking retarded. But it's been cool to see, Zachary Levi go out there knowing that he's going to get slammed this way. And
I couldn't agree more. You should lose your right to vote.
Well, I mean, look, I agree. So long as if they're just doing it, the person I liked is telling me to vote this way, so I'll vote this way. Yeah, they're retarded. But if they actually listened to his argument, because he did say something of substance, compare that to Michael Keaton, who said nothing in essence, right? I could see certain people perhaps being persuaded by the argument that he put forward.
That's the biggest difference is you didn't hear him like disparage half the country. He like actually went out his way not to do that. It's still, you could disagree with them, and that's fine. And like what he gets in his DMs is what we get too, whatever. But Ryan's right. Like any adult pretender, if that sways you, and if a rock star sways, remember Rock the Vote? Jesus Christ, Rock the Vote
that
was
was
fucking
awful.
Jesus. And we're seeing the same thing.
He's still in the, like, I appreciate what he's doing.
It's the symbolism of it. That's the point I was going to make. Is it's him going against the crowd.
Yes.
Like he's being the heretic
and
right
actually
now.
taking risk too.
He goes on and continues and says that there's a ton of people, because he specifically calls out Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, that's actually the clip I was wanting, because
I have that one.
It's what we don't have to go through because it's kind of long too. But at the end, he basically says, Hollywood, you guys kind of need to like chill the fuck out, because you're not going to have a Hollywood if you want to isolate that last part. That's
he effectively says, listen, if you're holding back, because I've got thousands of people in my DMs telling me this that are in the industry. If you're holding back because you're worried about backlash and losing a job in an industry that might not exist in 5 years, might be time to speak out.
Yeah,
this is the time.
That's the issue with all of it. Like there are a lot of people that will just vote for somebody or do something because everybody else is. So it's the dominant societal position, it's the safest position, and they just go along with the crowd because they keep their head down and they just want an easy life. But when you're in a creative industry, that's not how you make good things. So if you're at Hollywood and you only allow one position, well, everyone has to follow that line. And if that line doesn't make good stories, then everybody is making crap and they have no ability to make other things. So you have to allow people in with other decisions, because they may show you a new path. Like if superheroes are dying for superhero fatigue, you need people that won't toe the line, that are willing to try new things, just so they can find the next path to go down and mine, as they put it. And if you're only allowed one position, then you won't have creativity, you won't have originality, you won't have somebody that might come out with an incredibly ultra-masculine kind of, it's only a male audience, but it does really well kind of new genre, because that's not allowed in Hollywood at the moment. And so you kind of kill any opportunity for your industry to adapt or survive in the long term, because you've basically killed societal evolution.
Yeah, dissenting opinions is so important, because if everyone's on the same track and you have blind spots, and that's what dissenting opinions, to go and reveal those blind spots as well.
Well, that's where Zach deserves credit, in my opinion, because what he's doing actually does take guts. Is basically torching his career to stand on a principle instead of doing the whole, F Trump and all the clapping seals, just go, you're so beautiful and brave. It's like, that's not brave, piss off. No, what he's doing does actually take a measure of bravery, and so good on him for that.
Yeah, he's been a conservative for a while. Like I've known this. I've seen DMs. I've seen him 6 years ago. Is definitely conservative. It's not like he just switched recently.
Well, he was initially backing Kennedy, and it was that thing that led to his. Yeah,
I'm talking way before that.
Yeah.
So he's been a conservative this whole time. So he's been quiet. He's just
getting out of the Hollywood mindset. I mean, Hollywood is like bad medicine, and bad medicine is what they need. And you have Trump, who's riding on, but it's his.
What's that?
I muted him.
Excuse me, I'm speaking.
Dude, he was halfway there. Okay, living on.
Come on, man.
Don't be playing around.
Don't be rude.
My graphics card died. My graphics card died, guys.
Yeah, we got to fire everybody.
Cancel it.
Yeah, everybody's fired.
Hey, everybody's fired.
Jeremy from the order and look for my DM.
What Whoopi said about like, she was so full of it, which is like, Hollywood isn't that, but biased. What exactly did she say?
Who, Whoopi?
Whoopi was like, well, you don't know the history, so let me school you for a second, son. And she's like, Hollywood, since its inception, has been a very conservative town. And, we're very intermixed. We're very intermixed, though. And, sometimes it might seem like there's more Republicans or Democrats, but no, it's a very conservative town. Dumb bitch.
Gina Carano.
If you want to say, if you want to say, maybe some of the people that have actual, real power in terms of maybe some of the money people and some of the behind the scenes producers that nobody knows who the fuck they are and they don't really care. They're just looking for checks to roll in. Maybe, I don't know. You'd have to see and look at that and what that actually is. If you're talking about the stars in the entertainment industry, if you're talking about the forward-facing people, in the 50s, there were a lot of conservatives and stuff like that were more outspoken. That's not the case anymore. That's why it's so rare when you fucking see one. That's why so often they get punished and ran out of the industry, like someone like Gina Carano. That's the truth about now. You can look back 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years and be like, well, Hollywood was this way then. Guess what? You were sitting in a different place on the fucking bus back then, Whoopi. So things aren't exactly the same now as they were from the inception of Hollywood.
Well, and there was the Friends of Abe was something that conservative actors created in the 80s and 90s because they couldn't openly say that they were conservative. It was all the people that you see now because they've come out for Trump or spoken about it, but back in the 90s, you still didn't talk about it. And it's been this buildup since the 90s, 2000s, and it got worse and worse and worse for conservatives to even speak up and say that they were conservative. And then we got to this point where now, if you are like Gina Carano, you're a very positive person, very kind to everyone, regardless of their belief. And if you say anything that's barely in the right, you get fired, you get unpersoned, you get sued. So,
or you're afraid to
right
speak up.
now.
I mean, I have lots of emails talking about we're just afraid. Right. We need to keep our job. We have families to feed. And then there's emails from people who are on the left who still don't like what's going on, but can't say anything because they're afraid to speak up because they recognize this is bad for art. This is bad for our business. And there's so many bad things going on. Hollywood's going through a paradigm shift. We talk about it. Netflix, blah, blah, blah. The theaters dying. Ticket sales are down drastically. This is not going to be a good year for them at all, despite there being $2 billion films. We talked about it last week. There used to be multiple billion-dollar films. The Trump economy was better for Hollywood. It was better for Silicon Valley. It was better for the auto industry. It was better for the dock workers. It was better for everybody. And a lot of people are recognizing that now.
Yeah.
But not Hollywood.
So, traditionally, Zach's career is probably going to be very negatively affected by this. Do you reckon it's going to be changing somewhat, that more people are getting the guts to speak out a bit about this? And when Trump wins, do you reckon the winds will shift a little bit in Hollywood, or they'll just double down with TBS?
If Trump wins, I
win.
I mean, I think so, but you never know what the state will do. But let's just
shadow campaign.
But whatever goes on the state and the system level, who all work on the same team, culturally, things are definitely changing. For sure. With the audience, with the paying customer, with the regular people, things got so insane that it woke a lot of people up, and they're like, wait a minute, this is really bad, the direction we're going in.
Now, we had the same feeling in 2019, though.
Hang on. I'm not done.
To get better.
At things, I don't know. Maybe they were, Garrett, but they tried to hit the reset button. We talked about that. Maybe things were shifting back then, but 2020 changed. We don't live in the same world we did in 2019. I don't think I'm sharing any breaking news to anybody, and it's just like 9/11. There's before 9/11 and there's after 9/11. Is it because of 9/11? No, it was government reaction. There's before 2020, there's after 2020. Is it because of a cold? No, it's the government reaction to it and the new rules that we live in and the new paradigm we live in and the new authoritarianism we live in. For Christ's sake, Shad's country built camps. Built fucking camps. Made Alex Jones a prophet. Okay? FEMA camps. But
what's happened to Australia?
Yeah. So, and that's something Hollywood, in the entertainment sphere, they can't keep up with the times it takes. They're too slow. And that's another thing they're going to have to. They have so many things to deal with. The last thing they need to do is piss off half of what customers they have left, right?
Well, and this is kind of a really, but kind of not. But Jeff Bezos apparently axed the endorsement of the Washington Post for Harris.
Yep. And some people are quitting because of it.
Yeah, there's a massive meltdown over this, right?
Really?
Yeah, it's being reported by CNBC that Bezos basically stepped in and said, "We're not going to endorse anyone."
A lot of this started with the LA Times a couple of days ago. I don't know if I'm sure you covered that too, Jeremy.
Yep.
But the LA Times editorial, like they wanted to do an endorsement, basically an opinion piece, like paper endorsement, and it got shut down. And they're all fucking pissed off now. Wild that people think that newspapers and journalism outlets shouldn't need to endorse a fucking candidate.
The same LA Times that called Larry Elder the black face of white supremacy.
That's right.
So this is from CNBC a couple hours ago. Jeff Bezos killed Washington Post endorsement of Kamala Harris.
Now kill rings of power, Jeff.
Yeah.
One more step, Jeff.
And then it says the Washington Post said Friday that it will not endorse a candidate in the presidential election this year, breaking decades of tradition and sparking immediate criticism of the decision. And then it just kind of continues on. But the decision
that shocked me is that the New York Post endorsed Trump.
Yes, but they endorsed him in 2020 as well, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that is something you'll find in both journalism and every industry, including Hollywood, that if the winds are changing, you will see more and more people realize it, and they want to get out ahead because it's all self-interest.
Oh yeah, we're seeing.
Yeah, they'll want to be the ones like leading the pack because it'll just be virtue signaling in the other direction. But they'll sense there's new benefits to being on that side. So when everyone gets cleared out, you don't get cleared out. You're seen as one of the new generation, which can lead us to the Holy Land kind of thing. And so you will find people who both are more intelligent and so sense it faster, but also are more risk takers, and they're willing to go to a potentially more dangerous side, and you'll just be left with a load of people, and because you'll see slowly, the more it goes that way, more people will realize, and you end up with more and more people until eventually just the horde swaps over.
You know
and
what?
Then somebody's like, oh, we always thought that was a bad idea. We always knew those movies were going to fail. There'll be a lot of that coming.
I would rather them just come out and endorse whoever they endorse, because then I know.
Yeah,
then I know where they're coming from.
But the non-endorsement says, I mean, everything you need to know is, for especially print media, is like on the brink of death anyway, and they're like, yeah, we can't survive it. And maybe you could have if you hadn't been so hard on the fortification a few years ago and trying to convince a bunch of people that a certain leader was Hitler, and then that's the big difference. This is the first time in my lifetime. And I can't remember, Ryan's a historian if he's awake.
Hey, you can't tell if I'm sleeping or not.
We have a president where we saw his term before, and before they got rid of him, we have two presidential candidates, one that was supported by the party, one that just was anointed. We saw their act for the last 4 years. So we saw both candidates act for the last 4 years. And now you can actually make an informed decision. They can talk all the bullshit they want, but like all you have to do is just remember what was it like during Trump's 4 years and what was it like during Biden's 4 years, and you could just compare the two. And
it is a pretty unique situation. Yeah. You're right. Like the idea that it's not just a Republican coming in to challenge the people that are in power. It's no, I did this job, and you have 4 years to look back on to remember how good it was. And now you have somebody who was right there on the right-hand side of this mush-brained fucking retard Joe Biden and is claiming they're basically going to do nothing different, but pretending that it's a whole new package of shit I'm trying to sell you.
Mm-hmm.
It is very unique, yeah.
Yeah. So, and hopefully, a lot of people pay attention and go and vote. Go and vote. I'm going to vote. Can't wait to vote.
Too.
I'm dead, so obviously I'm voting for Kamala.
Yep. Yeah, vote local
but I'm a black man, so I'm torn. As a black man, I'm leaning Trump, but since I'm dead, it's just kind of a foregone conclusion.
That's right. Hey, so Stephen Knight, who wrote Peaky Blinders, a good show, wrote a show called Taboo, which would have gotten a second season if Tom Hardy didn't go off to make a shitty Venom trilogy. And I love that fucking show. Taboo. It was so good. Pretty decent writer that they had attached to the Ray movie. The Ray movie. We talked about it earlier. Directed by Charmaine Obaid Chinoy. Charmin.
Don't squeeze the Charmin.
Don't squeeze the Charmin.
Respect her. Charmino Bejanoy.
Thank you very much.
She said it's about time that a woman was in charge of Star Wars, and thank God it's time. It really is.
Yeah.
And everybody was clamoring for a Ray movie. I mean, we all were. Well, okay, content creators were, but I mean, as much as we want an Acolyte season 2, we want a Ray movie. We want this to happen. He just decided to leave, which was the most predictable thing on the planet. There's no way this guy, who's like an actual good writer, was going to stay with Lucasfilm. And you got to wonder when he left, when he decided to leave. Maybe it was when first conversation he had with Charmin Obaid-Chinoy. But Star Wars movie with Daisy Ridley loses screenwriter Stephen Knight. This was announced today, guys. Earlier today, late last night.
Earlier today, late last night.
Yeah, late last night.
Yeah.
There was another disturbance in the force. Screenwriter Stephen Knight has departed the Star Wars movie set to follow Daisy Ridley's Rey after the events of 2019's The Rise of Palpatine. In March of 2023, Variety exclusively reported that Knight had signed on to the project, replacing original screenwriters Damon Lindelof, writer of The Watchmen, the greatest one-season show ever made, and Justin Britt Gibson, a man with a hyphenated last name. Lucasfilm is actively talking with potential writers to take on the story, which has been said to chronicle Rey's effort to start a new Jedi Academy, but the delay likely means production won't start until well into 2025 at least.
If you remember the Damon Lindelof, Justin Britt Gibson thing, that they got fired before Charmin Obaid-Chinoy and Daisy Ridley, like they made that announcement that they were coming back.
Yep.
Because if you remember the Damon Lindelof thing, they were actually planning on doing like an old version of Rey, like a fucking 60, 70-year-old Rey, as opposed to, using Daisy Ridley and having it be, relatively close to the end of Rise of Skywalker. They wanted to go way more into the future. So I guess technically they were attached to like a Rey movie, but it wouldn't have been anywhere close to what ended up getting announced.
Do you think this is really going to go ahead? Like, because if they have any brains, they're just
me and Ryan were talking about this today. I mean, I'm very much like on a 51-49 thinking that it won't happen, but I'm not like convinced that it's absolutely done. Ryan, I think you're far more on the other side of thinking it will, just because of how much they put into the presentation of this announcement and who's behind it and all that shit.
Listen, they've got the Rian Johnson trilogy. They got the Benioff and Weiss. They have all these things that are kind of embarrassing. They sweep it under the rug and it never happens. Bro, this is bringing Daisy Ridley out in front of Star Wars Celebration. This is bringing activist, woke, lunatic Charmin Obaid-Chinoy out in front of Star Wars Celebration, having them go and give interviews about this thing, talking about this thing. This is not somebody. You think Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, if Lucasfilm takes this away from her, do you think that she's going to not talk about that? Do you think she's going to not talk about how unfair it was that I'm the first,
Oh, she'll make a documentary, Ryan.
She would make a documentary. Exactly. And that would probably be more up her alley, to be honest with you, than directing this. But that's just one of the reasons that I do think eventually, as long as Kathleen Kennedy is still like there and doesn't, retire before it gets made, I think it will get made. At some point.
We do have the most respectable Star Wars YouTube channel on YouTube here, and that's Drunk 3PO, who just hit 100,000 subscribers. Jay, what do you think?
I don't think this movie's going to get made. I think they're going to pay off the director, and it'll just be delayed. If the Mando and Grogu film is somehow like $1 billion success, then possibly they'll look into it. But I don't think that movie's going to do as well as they think it's going to do, even though that just wrapped filming today, I think, or yesterday. And that's just going to set the tone. Like, Nothing's working at Lucasfilm. Nothing. They can't even do They can't even do a hotel correctly. Nothing is working for them. No shows, no comic books. The Acolyte people that still are pushing for that film are like they put a billboard up, and did you guys see the billboard?
Did it actually get up?
No, I knew that they were trying to go in, but I didn't know
all
they
it
actually
said
did
was all it said was "Happy Birthday, Amanda."
Yeah,
Was their first billboard.
really?
Yeah, it's not
That's
even
all
like
they could get away with.
I donated so much money to that.
Yeah, and
it's
she
not-
posted it on her. Amanda posted it, I think, on her Instagram or something like, "Hey, these people actually did this. That's cool." And then that's the first one that they're doing.
I could really identify with her right now, by the way.
But it's I don't know what they think with the Mando film. It's like 3 years too late, maybe.
It's interesting because like
one season of Mando and 3 years too late. Sorry, go ahead, Jeremy.
There's two ways to look at this. On one hand, if it comes out and it fails, it's a massive indictment of the Rey character and the sequel trilogy. If it doesn't come out, then it's a massive indictment of the Rey character and the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
The only path forward for them is to release it and it be a pretty big success. It can't come out and lose $200 million.
I don't think so,
I can't
Jeremy.
see it being a success.
I disagree because we're dealing with the same people that pass the blame on failure. So like they can have a failure on anything. There it is right there. And they constantly pass the blame. Even if the movie fails, they'll blame somebody else. They'll blame this. They'll blame that. They'll blame these YouTubers. People never ever take accountability for themselves.
But we've seen the attrition that has caused Drunk, and you're right. You're absolutely right. And the Acolyte was the culmination of everything. It was the indictment. It was the culmination of all of Kathleen Kennedy's Star Wars. I mean, that's when Disney Star Wars like truly hit rock bottom with that. There's other shows that have done
too. Her Baby was the Indiana Jones film that was a disaster.
They got delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed.
They decided to add a little Willow in there. Sorry, Disparu, and they just nuked that.
Why would you need to apologize? It's my favorite series.
Well, I know you love that show.
No, but it's the indictment of her entire career was the Acolyte, and they that's the thing is with Charmin Obaid-Chinoy. What's the difference between her and former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, Leslie Headland? They canceled her show. I mean,
that's exactly the issue. We live in a time where they will blame everybody else except themselves when they are putting the most of themselves into the work. It's the most personalized pieces of work. So Leslie Headland recounted how she was told to, I know you've written a great Star Wars show, but now go away and write me a great Leslie Headland show. And in that article, just Obaid-Chinoy said, the reason why I think that I need a Rey movie is because where I can bring my experiences to it. It's like, well, quite frankly, you're just not that interesting. The audience of Star Wars isn't interested in your life experiences. They want Star Wars. But to play in somebody else's backyard, to use somebody else's IP, you have to take yourself out of the equation and realize that because of all the fans' work, it's bigger than you, and so you're irrelevant compared to it. But with Leslie Headland and Obaid-Chinoy, they can't do that. They are the most important people in their own lives, and so they will bring that to all of their work, and they're happy about it. They keep telling everyone in interviews.
No, well, they want to still adhere to the message. They want to remember back in the days of Doctor Who, Disparu. Piers Wenger wanted Doctor Who to create conversations. That's what they want to do, and this is a mentality that's years old now, and they're going to move forward. Like Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, stylistically, what do you bring to the table, like talent-wise, as a director? Like, what has she done that's
she like
documentaries?
Like if you're looking for like the legitimate reason that they're going to use her being able to bring female stories to life. Like that's going to be what they say it is. And that's why they want her in charge of this Rey movie. But ultimately, no. The only experience she has on anything that's not like a documentary style film is Miss Marvel. And what she did on Miss Marvel, obviously nobody watched Miss Marvel in general, but it was so bad that they needed other directors to come in and fix her shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I do like Jay mentioning that they may just pay her off, and I mean pay her off by what she probably would have made if they cancel it, and that way, if she makes any comments or anything, it's like she was paid in full for a project she never did, and that's going to cut their losses significantly less than what it would be if they release it.
Well, that I
What did
like,
you drop,
'cause if they go
Gary?
forward with it,
What did you drop? Oh, I saw you tried to like your reflexes, but you're wearing all that shit, so you.
I can't see shit right now.
if they go forward with it, I cannot see any way it being a success at all. Like they just don't have the talent to pull it off, and no one's interested in Ray anyway because.
Well, I mean, that's you're right. Yeah. And like this is what we talked about for years, and what Disper was talking about is they just been lying to themselves. They can like blame and drunk 3PO. They can blame the fans. They can blame whoever they want. Ultimately, you're lying to yourself, Disney, and you have been for a decade. You know what you've had to do, and you refuse to do it because you're afraid it will look like a win for the chuds. But ultimately, you're going to have to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy some fucking day. Someday, you're going to have to realize that this Rey movie, at its best, will make. Every Star Wars movie needs to be $1 billion movie, like every single fucking one. I don't care what the budget is. It's a Star Wars movie, and this won't be. This won't even get fucking close. Mandu Grogu is not going to get close. I'd say maximum on that is maybe $600 million worldwide, and that's if they're fucking lucky. Star Wars doesn't sell well in China. All right, so ultimately, like you're going to have to just come to reality at some point and go, well, we need to vault this thing for years. There is no path forward for fucking Star Wars right now. It'd be like creating a new franchise. You'd have to go out of the galaxy. You'd have to do a lot of different stuff. That'd be like creating a new franchise.
Yeah, they need to retcon the whole thing, start all over with Luke rebuilding the.
They're going to remake the original trilogy, baby.
That would be such.
Not just retcon. Like Gary's right. They need to just vault it. They need to vault it for 15 plus years, so people go, man, what happened to Star Wars? That'd be cool if there was a Star Wars movie, and then you restart all that shit, and you don't have any of this anymore. Because like that's the only way to do it.
But Kennedy, like Gary said, would have to go by that point, and she will someday in the future, she'll leave or die.
When Star Wars is already a crumbling husk of whatever it is.
And what'll be interesting when she finally does leave, her legacy is going to be one of the greatest examples of failure in corporate history. Almost like, I wonder if she's aware of that.
That's the kind of thing they'll write books when it's safe in Hollywood, probably after she's passed. And I agree with Ryan too on the remaking the original trilogy. It would be tough to do while George is still alive, but I think Disney would do it because they're desperate.
Well, not just because like look at their history with the properties that they own. Like that's what they're doing now. Is anything that has been successful for them in animation, they're doing a live action remake of it. So like it just fits with their philosophy in general. And I do think eventually when George is gone and, Mark Hamill's so old that he can't fucking even tweet about Trump anymore and shit like that, eventually they'll do it. But like when Kathleen Kennedy goes, who's going to replace her? It's just going to be another woke woman.
Exactly.
And I'm sure there's still going to be some stalwarts out there that are like, let Dave Filoni cook. By the time Kathleen Kennedy finally goes, Dave Filoni is going to be old enough that he's going to be so AIDS ridden. He's not going to be able to work much longer either. Okay.
Dave Filoni is married. Okay. It's not a beard at all.
I think you have a similar issue with vaulting. The reason why vaulting worked for things like Doctor Who is because there were kids that liked it, that then during the gap grew up to adults, and so they came back as the audience and they got their kids into it. But now with Star Wars, the
you look like such a leather daddy right now, Disper. You look like
they only know terrible Star Wars, and so there is no like if you go back to 15 years, all the next generation, like the fathers, will not get their kids into it because they will know the current one and just be like, no, I remember what that was like, and that was crap. And so I think it would just come back 20 years later and flop again.
So they're at a lose-lose.
He looks like one of the most like retarded Fortnite skins that you would use.
And it's so funny you're making like a salient logical argument when it looks
as a leather daddy.
I think Ray's going to get the Blade treatment. That's what we're going to see. Next writer will step down. This script's going to be a mess. That's not going to work. Someone's going to step down, and it's just going to be pushed year after year after year to the point people will be like, who the heck is Ray?
I think the next thing that gets announced is a female writer, and then it's going to happen. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Who's the writer, Ryan? Give me a guess.
I don't know any women writers, so it'd be tough for me.
J.J. Abrams.
Jack Schaefer.
Chick.
Jack Schaefer.
Yeah. Who's the one that did Birds of Prey? Who's doing
Christina Hodson.
Christina Hodson, yes. Yeah, that's it.
Christina Hodson
That's
in there.
it.
She's done a couple other things, so
She did
but no,
Bumblebee.
she's actually like probably too like legitimately accomplished to go in there. I think they're gonna go for like a fucking no-name nobody, but it's a woman, and that's who's gonna do it.
You know, I just realized something was Jay mentioned that, you know, the growing generation are going to forget who Ray is, right? My 3 older kids know who Ray is because they were around when the movies came out and they were desperate to see it and all that. But my 2 younger kids, right? I've never shown the movies and I never intend to, and they have no idea. They're growing up there like Ray doesn't exist to them, and one's only like 6 or 7 and one's 3 years old, and it's going to be forgotten that quickly. Holy crap! Completely dead. That's
They
kind of
completely
satisfying.
ignored the generational.
And in contrast to that, the other day I introduced them to He-Man and She-Ra. And that was so satisfying to do because you have what these, you know, great stories that have legacy and your, you know, generational appeal, and then you have crap like Ray that's just gonna die.
Like to be fair to Disney and Lucasfilm, they did try to get and like tackle like a younger generation, the next generation. It just so happens they only went after the ones who think they're trans or gay. So like, it's just not a very big slice of the pie there.
But that was a key part of the reason why Disney has lasted 100 years is because it was a family company. And so the parents brought their kids who brought their kids who brought their kids, and that's how you last 100 years as an entertainment business. The moment you go away from that, especially if you think the nuclear family is evil and now like, literally any other form of family is the new way forwards, you will fail because you will always lose that generation.
I loved in your Agatha review the one time they showed the nuclear family from episode 6.
Yes,
they fucking kill one of them. And I was like, well, I'm not so sure because they have the woman driving, and then she's the one who caused the accident. Okay, checks out. Very good.
And why? Because she's gossiping about something
I know.
over there in a field. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's like
she's
based.
looking over her shoulder, talking about something in the distance.
Oh my god!
Out of the series, that was the review I had by far the most fun with. I was killing myself laughing during that.
Daisy Ridley.
Star Wars is dead, everybody.
Star Wars is dead still.
Star Wars is dead. Star Wars is dead.
Just holy
crap!
It's happening all over again.
Back alive.
Oh my god! He came back.
Have you finished your fucking intros yet?
No, Az, we're waiting for you.
Yes.
As you will appreciate this. The chat is giving you an Attitude Era level pop right now. Okay?
Yeah.
It's like the glass is broken.
Does that mean I have to actually open up the chat now? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, chat. Hi.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's alive. As from Heels versus Babyface coming from New Zealand. Frace.
Oh, good for you.
Good for you.
Why did Disbrew come as a Nazi soldier?
I did say Londoner, so you know.
He looked like an SS officer on
I don't know what SS officer
vacation.
Were they all golden spangly?
There's a whole lot of racism going on up there, isn't there? Fucking hell, guys. This is crazy. If anyone had told me this is going to be racist, I would have worn more blackface. But,
I'm going Black Sheep. That's what I'm going with.
I think, by the way, I think Daisy Ridley is going to get the Henry Cavill treatment. I think they've announced her. They've done it prematurely. The reaction to the Daisy Ridley movie has been absolute damp squib. Charmaine Obey-Chinoy, who the fuck gives a shit? Unqualified, unwarranted, unnecessary, and that's been a very clear message I think that's gone through. They know that if they put out a Daisy Ridley movie, particularly with all these failures that we see with like Joker 2 and all the other stuff, I think they think, oh God, if we put this out, we're going to be what, 300, 350, 400 million into this. It's going to come back at like 200 million, 300 million.
That's the point I made today on Daily when we were talking about this, where I said, we've seen evidence now where you can feel if something actually has any momentum. The Marvels was proof of it, that, you know, we can see this happen. Then you have Joker 2. You had The Flash. Like, you could, like, there's no enthusiasm for this Rey movie. There's not much enthusiasm for the Mandalorian stuff, but at least you know that there's a little more interest in the Mandalorian shit than, say, a Rey movie. No one is asking.
I don't think there is. I honestly don't think
there
is.
A little more.
I think the Mandalorian stuff is very much confined to the TV or the streaming service, and even then now it's gone with season 3. If you try and put Mando onto the big screen, you're going to have so many people go, "Who the fuck is that?"
Yeah. All they're going to be doing is focusing on buying all the merchandise of Baby Yoda. Like, that's all they're going to care about.
Yeah. I mean, that's how the movie would have to be sold. It'd have to be sold as the green fucker. And that would be it. You'd just see this Mandalorian walking around and you know, Baby Yoda being...
Most people would be like, is that Boba Fett?
Yeah. Has Boba Fett got a new costume? And just like, no, it's our Boba Fett and it's better.
And then Boba Fett comes in smiling with his fake teeth like a banter.
No, Boba Fett is gonna come out with a boba. And it's going to be meta, and they're going to be like, "Oh, it's Boba,"
and then Simu Lu's gonna
yeah. You're culturally appropriating my culture.
My Boba tea, my Boba Fett.
Said Simu Liu as he wore his blue jeans and chinos and white t-shirt. And fucking born and raised in Canada.
Yeah, his Canadian culture was being appropriated.
Yeah, it's just your fucking tart mouth. You fucking
his first role was a Taiwanese, right? Like it wasn't even.
His first role was Korean. That was
Korean, sorry.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Canadian.
His first role was stock footage.
Korean.
His first role was a gay porno, probably.
That'll be his last role.
Diddy's got that one, you know.
Yeah.
That's how he got hired, I hear, in Hollywood.
Let's not talk about gay black rappers. Last time
not yet.
Didn't go so well for Friday Night Tights.
Not yet, anyway. Not yet.
Hey, do you have any ties to Abercrombie and Fitch by any chance?
That was shocker.
Yeah. Jeremy, for all you know, I could be Tupac.
He's the ghost of Tupac.
Yeah.
So Han Solo going to be in this Mando Grogu Grando movie, whatever it is.
Who knows?
He's going to be in the trailer and he's going to go.
Yeah, it's.
I'm just a cameo.
There's no enthusiasm for Disney Star Wars.
No,
not in the slightest.
I didn't know they were filming the damn movie. So Jay said they finished today.
Yeah, they've been like, well, remember they showed the fucking teaser footage for it already.
I don't even remember that. Is that the? Oh wait, is that with the AT-AT, the Walker?
The Walker?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, when it was like going down the snow.
Now I remember.
They've been filming that for, I don't know, 4 months, 6 months, something like that. Yeah. But at least, like, the one thing that is nice about that is that regardless of the quality, like Jon Favreau has been able to make these projects in like a timely fashion. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's like the only thing that show or that movie has going for it at all. That at least they can get the show together.
So a white guy with experience brings it home. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been white boy summer. Well, it's white boy fall now.
Let's clarify that one. A straight white dude, because we all saw him checking out ScarJo and that.
Yes, we did. No, there's no doubt. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
He's an ass man.
Dave Filoni
when she was
would never
mincing
dare.
around, and then she said, "I was so sexualized as I minced around."
Yeah.
Women don't mind they don't mind being sexualized when they're 25 and hot, you know?
I know. I was so sexualized when even fucking Michael Bay said, "No, ScarJo,
truth of the matter is,
tits out in the island. We want you to keep your top on." She's like, "Okay."
Truth of the matter is, they enjoy it more when they're older. They just get pissed when it doesn't happen. So that's why they call it out. So there you go.
Yeah, once Harvey starts turning down these women, they're like, "God damn, I'm too old for this shit."
Hey, shout out to him. Isn't he going through some shit with a health scare?
Cancer?
bone marrow cancer or whatever.
It sucks because Jennifer Lawrence and him have a kid, and it's really sad that kid's not gonna have the dad. And shout out to Jennifer Lawrence. So
that kid's not gonna have a rapist.
There you go.
Oof.
Star Wars.
Fuck Hollywood.
Where's my daddy? Your rapist died.
Who watched the last episode of The Penguin?
2000.
I haven't been able to watch it yet because we've been away.
Yeah.
It's good.
Be careful what hand you raise, guys.
What? Ryan's just been massively. Yeah, Ryan's just been aggressively masturbating this whole episode.
I hit his talking in the hole.
What are you guys talking about?
Oh, yeah, did I show you guys? I still have the Kamala wig, but here's my interpretation of her.
Oh, at Willie Brown's house?
Hang on, here we go.
Actually, you could just put it right on that mic. Just put it right on that mic, and that would be Willie Brown. There you go. There you go.
Howdy, darling.
I don't get it. Can you explain?
Kamala.
Prayer.
She worked. She climbed the pole of success.
She did. She
Million served.
She polished the knob of politics. She
heels up.
Heels up.
Is Ryan cosplaying Charmin
Well, to be honest, I just wanted to make you folks in the UK feel more comfortable. Like it's slice of home life, you know.
Did you see the cosplay Muslim in Dustborn? It's like this fat fucking morbidly obese purple-haired twat. And then she's like, partway through, it just sort of goes, "Oh, this isn't pork, is it? As long as it's not pork." And then she goes, "I've got to go off and say my prayers." And then the next scene, she's got a hijab on. And then the next scene, she hasn't. I'm just like, who's this fucking cosplay Muslim? It's like, what the fuck is this game? Don't look at me awkwardly, right? Don't do that.
If you played it,
right, there's woke, right, and there's fucking retarded.
Speaking of that, I've got something that goes beyond retarded. Mark Hamill is now letting everyone know that he has canceled his newspaper that told us democracy dies in dark.
This is the greatest year ever.
Oh my God.
This is the greatest year ever.
Good old Mark Hamill. Now he's turning on Jeff Bezos as well.
Well,
I love a bit of woke on woke crime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You love to see it.
Dude,
Man,
that guy can't get lower.
He's
Using
the
Carrie
worst,
Fisher's
man.
dead body.
Yeah. He is truly like next level. He's so far gone into the woke mind virus that it will not. He can't come back from it, man.
$400 to get his autograph.
Fuck that.
Where?
Yeah,
I'll take $400 from him.
At that last con you guys were at, right?
Chicago,
Jay?
$400, $700 if you want him to sign your lightsaber.
Hey, seriously?
How much it is it?
That's
if
a
you want
crime
him to
in
tell you
some
to go
states.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he gonna sign his full name?
I will
With the middle name included.
I will pay that amount if I can.
Is there a discount if it's just initials? Can you just put initials on? Okay. It's got to be a full name. Okay.
Just asking for a friend.
I seriously, what am I doing here? Oh, there we go.
That's not the article I wanted.
I want
That's the
him
one
to.
I put in the wrong one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
But let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know what? I want teens under 18 to want less sex from Hollywood too. Okay, so yeah, I agree.
Hey, do you guys remember? Do you guys remember when there used to be this channel called ABC Family? Until every one of the shows that was on there was just about teenagers fucking each other, and so
that's right.
Yeah,
they had to change the
Teenager.
name to Freeform because it didn't really align
meant to
with
do this
family
one.
values.
Yep.
I can kind of understand
My
it though.
bad.
Like if your movie star is like Timothy Chalamet, you just be like, "Nah, put it away, dude. Nobody cares." It's that kind of attitude. At least when Kate Beckinsale was around doing Underworld, people were like, "Well, maybe."
Yeah.
No, I think it was Gore who was talking about like a couple of the most critically acclaimed films have tits and ass in it, and like I am all for like tits coming back to Hollywood. And if they're gonna start like giving out awards for tits, I think that's nature is healing. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But stay away from the kids.
Make tits great
Amanda
again.
Stenberg comeback right there.
Well, she got her tits out pretty quick, didn't she?
Yeah.
She's had them out before. So
Yeah, I know.
Everyone was making a bigger deal about that than it was, but hey.
Perhaps
Are you? Wait, are you?
too
Are you? Yeah, like, dude, are you like against her showing her tits? Come on.
I'm not against it at
What's
all.
happened to you?
No, I'm not against it at all, but it was funny to see like
Sharia law Ryan.
She really got him out quick after the failure, didn't she? And it's like, well, she's had him out before. That's who she is.
But I mean, like getting him out again doesn't mean that doesn't dissuade that argument.
That is a typical Disney star at this point. Like, you look at the shit that like Halle Bailey has posted both before and after Little Mermaid. That's like the new normal for a big Disney star.
And the next part of the arc is drug addiction and.
It used to be. It used to be they just destroyed them when they were younger, and then a couple years after Disney was done with them, then they'd start acting out like that. Now they get them before too.
We had a similar thing with that. We used to have Blue Peter presenters who were just like, no, I want to do adult TV shows now. I want to be a proper presenter. And so they'd just go to Lads Mad for a week. And they was like, okay, you've done your split from children's television. Now you can go and be an adult presenter.
Blue Peter just sounds creepy.
About it at one
The
point.
title, like Blue Peter, just sounds wrong.
Blue balls?
It's like,
wow.
The connection there?
I could just do Richard Bacon and do coke while presenting Blue Peter.
Oh, he was all. I miss him on the Big Breakfast.
And that's one of the more innocent things that happened over in TV in the UK.
Door to door.
But then they made him fess up to the kids on the show. It'd be like, I've done a bad thing and I'm going now.
And now he virtue signals all the time. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you think
Of
people
course,
have forgotten what
of course.
you've done, but we
Hi,
haven't.
kids. Remember when you saw those little white rings around my nose? That wasn't sugar from a donut. It was cocaine.
Cocaine? What's cocaine, mommy?
That's cocaine, mommy. It's Peruvian marching powder, kiddo.
There's a joke there which I just won't go. But,
Why? Pussy. Hey, you've gotten soft since you died. Thanks for coming in.
First time I've heard that in my life.
You just. I was like, how long can Az hold out without going to his computer to get eBay or something like that?
Well, the only reason why I didn't come on earlier is because I fucked off to the gym.
Oh, good.
And about an hour ago, I just stuck my head
we
in
just
the
finished the
screen
introductions.
Yeah.
So,
Just waiting. Like, fucking hurry up. Come on, boys.
Real quickly, just to show this headline, this is the latest. Like, we're getting one of these a week now. So, we can't see the headline though. Probably if you scroll. Nice picture though. Why Los Angeles is becoming a production graveyard. I mean, like, you could go shoot a zombie apocalypse movie there right now. It'd probably be pretty cheap, to be honest with you.
Oh, easy.
Let's go down to Skid Row. So as the number of movie and TV shoots approaches historic lows, insiders are lobbying for fewer restrictions to help bolster Hollywood's place in the city it calls home. Hollywood's leaving Hollywood. Did you know that, guys? There's a couple of studios that are thinking about going to Vegas. It needs to get approved.
Shocker.
And of course, the studios want the government or the taxpayer to pay for the building of the studio. So fuck that. Don't do it, Nevada. Don't fucking do it. But yeah, they're thinking about leaving. I wonder if a few people here might have mentioned this before. I won't even say me. I'll say a few other people here during the strike and the shutdown that when you came back, you're not going to have anything to come back to. And wow, every fucking week, production down to 20%. Hollywood becoming a production graveyard. And then now they want the government to come in. The government that allowed them to go to work during COVID. They were considered essential over gym owners, salon owners, some restaurants. Remember that poor lady who had the restaurant that was shut down, and in her parking lot in front of her fucking restaurant while she's showing the video, they're setting up for an outdoor event for Hollywood. For Hollywood. It was fucking.
They're setting up the outdoor craft tables, weren't they?
Yeah. It's fucking disgusting.
Right in front of her restaurant.
But Los Angeles has the government that Hollywood asked for, and so they come over to places like the UK where they get tax breaks just because they were part of the business where you can have tax breaks. Fair enough. But in California, that tax break that they have is tied to diversity requirements because it's an ideological requirement, and so. Especially if that harms your production, you can't stay there because being there will actually harm the profitability of your business. And so it's not just, you're not just competing against the rest of the world, you're competing against the rest of the world with all this extra weight and baggage put on you from the state itself. So no wonder people are leaving to where they can be more free.
Well, and this is what happens when you talked about earlier, Disprove. When you govern on feelings and vibes. It's an entire state that governs on feelings and vibes, and they had a knee-jerk reaction to the Summer of Love, and now all of this crazy shit, like even Gina in her lawsuit is using some of their fucking insane laws against them, which is great, but it's still not a good place to live. Get the fuck out if you can, if you're a freedom-loving person, because it's just going to get fucking worse. Poor San Diego has fallen too, and turned into LA South. But yeah, this is what happens. This is what you vote for. It's a super majority. One-party state that has no incentive to ever fucking change. Like, I don't...
And
real quick,
think
Gary.
how limiting that is to the amount of movies you can make. So if you wanted to make, like, a Viking movie, you could not make it in Los Angeles. Because now that you couldn't have any Vikings in it. So they'd all have to be Californian. And so you drastically limit everything, and then every movie ends up looking the same because they all look like California. So you cut out anything that made in the rest of the entire world. And... you only end up with kind of basic American movies at that point.
Yeah. What's that, Jeremy?
Hey, Jay's got to bounce, so we got to get Jay out of here.
Jay, just say I got to bounce.
Jay's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
Okay.
I kind of put it in the private chat, but that's okay.
No, just say I got to bounce. I don't read the private
bounce,
chat.
Everyone.
So tell him
how
real
the
quick.
rules are here. I don't know how it works.
Tell him about Achromatic Chronicles Green before you leave.
I appreciate it. The second book of the series dropped through Ripasend. It's doing phenomenal. My goal is to hopefully sell 5,000 copies of that book, and it looks like we're heading in that direction.
If he sells 5,000 copies, him and Az are going to do another Transformer stream. So that's the way you got to.
That's what everyone was asking for. Holy crap! It's an all-age book. We have coloring books and other things like that you can get as well, and it didn't have any of the garbage that's inside of it. And it's been over 4 years that we put this story together. I have an amazing team, artists, everyone around me, and it's really special. The first one did well, and it was received by all kinds of people saying that they enjoyed the story and they're looking for the second one. So if you missed the first one, you can get the first one as well. It's all on the website there, and I'm just really excited and happy like where this thing is going. And we'll probably have a bigger announcement next year, but a lot of people already know that we're already in the middle of working on a film for the first one, an animation film. And it's just really exciting where all this stuff is going. So I'd love it if you guys pick the book up. I guarantee you're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. This continues the story. There's a few more books left in the series, and then it's done. And I'm sure the mods are dropping links, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate Gary for letting me use his platform to promote it, and everybody who's already picked it up as well. Had an amazing launch. I mean, I'm not even home to do anything like stream and promote it, and people have already coming through, and it just means a lot to me that this story got made. So shout out to Geeks and Gamers and everyone with FNT and everything like that have helped me push that, promote it, encourage, and all that stuff. So it truly is amazing. So check it out.
We said hey.
Yeah. I will. Most of y'all will see you tomorrow. So
see you tomorrow, Jay.
It's gonna be great.
Agree
Much
with
love, guys.
Jay.
Thank you.
Catch you, Jay.
Brother.
I agree with Jay.
I agree with Jay. All right, good stuff.
I think we're going to be using Ripasend for my book for a pre-sale for like a special thing. We'll let you know in the future. They've got a couple of things ahead of me. They got Yellow Flash's book and of course Jay's book's out right now. And they just launched Ripaverse, like just started.
Ryan could be just cosplaying as a Black Stan Lee, I
think so.
Ryan could be, So, right, Ryan?
Yeah, my asshole family drained my blood to make me fucking those fucking vampires. They had me signing up there when I was looking like Joe Biden. How dare they?
Dude, the people who are
Took it to a whole nother level.
Oh, he did. Well, it's a fact. Okay, if you didn't know, the people who are the Stan Lee's handlers were a bunch of fucking leeches, sponges, and pieces
Literal
of
leeches,
pieces of shit. Like trotting him out there, having him make woke statements. Like it was so fucking bad. And that had been going on for years. Like I actually had an experience with one of them when they wanted to have Stan sign up my shop, and they wanted me to charge like my customers $125 a pop, and I had to pre-sale it. And I'm like, no, fuck no. So yeah, sorry, customers of the store, you missed out on Stan, but I wasn't gonna have them charge you $125. I hated that. So, but there was always tons of opportunities. You know, the LA Comic-Con used to be Kamikaze, used to be Stan Lee's Kamikaze. And then they shut out Chris Gore this year. Kind of a shame.
Mm-hmm.
How's everybody doing? Everybody ready for Halloween?
I'm ready for Joe Rogan episode to drop. I don't know when the fuck that's happening.
Yeah.
That's what I'm ready for.
Well, that's what I was.
Monday.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Monday because if they recorded it today, it usually takes a couple days. Because I remember when Gina recorded, took her a couple days. Everybody, it takes a couple days.
Obviously, this one's pretty high profile.
It is. Yeah. Well, then why not just do it live?
Well, see, the thing is, the reason I think it's important for them to drop it tomorrow is right now, especially right now, but just in general. A few hours in the political world right now is a fucking eternity. So the things that Trump is addressing, there could be a whole nother, he's a Hitler campaign have started by the time it releases on Monday. So you just don't know.
Yeah.
It's probably the entire interview is just going to be Donald Trump asking Joe Rogan about what ayahuasca trips feel like. Like that's probably what it's going to end up being. It's not going to be about any of like the stuff that Trump wants or that people want to hear from Trump. It's going to be him asking Joe Rogan random questions about fear factor and doing drugs.
Fishing.
It will be. I mean, it's almost like that Undertaker interview. If anybody watched that, Trump controlled the whole fucking interview and asked the Undertaker about wrestling and the wrestling business. And
it was
who's
good.
Your favorite wrestler?
He's a good interviewer.
That shit.
No. It was great because, like I said, the people that are watching the Undertaker don't really give a shit to hear Undertaker talk to Trump about politics. But
I like the Undertaker.
They damn sure wanted to hear Trump ask the Undertaker about wrestling. I was like,
this is Joe Rogan, so I think it'll be a free form conversation. I think it'll be good. I like Joe. I think he's the greatest podcaster to ever live, and I think he's propelled. Well, podcasting what it is today is because of Joe. It's the new radio. I think he's a great interviewer. He's not perfect all the time, but that's the best part about it. He's pretty authentic guy, and you've seen him change from like just total Hollywood liberal to turned into a pariah as well, just because he had a pretty logical stance on COVID, and it's kind of interesting to see his journey and his change. Same with Elon, and that's the one thing we got to thank COVID for. Got to thank it for one thing.
Yeah.
Well,
it woke a lot of people up.
The thing is, there's a lot of people who view themselves as liberal and have for like decades and decades that are more just kind of anti-authoritarian type of liberal. And when at least from a certain perspective, you look at the party that's all about authoritarianism right now, it is the left. So you have a lot of these people who consider themselves on the left, finding themselves in this middle ground, and they a lot of those core values that they had in them, they really resonate with what the conservative party is talking about right now. So you can say the same thing about with big businesses and big pharma and shit like that. A lot of positions seem to have changed a little bit and evolved over the past couple of years. So people that hold those values have found themselves in the middle of that change.
You also find it as the difference between sort of reality on one side and just fantasist on the other. And so people can go along with that to a degree because they want to believe that something works. So they want to believe that actually it's really right that you just give all your money to somebody else. But the more and more the fantasy goes further and further, the more obvious it becomes. And so by the time you're literally just denying reality to it, they're like, no, I can't follow you there. There isn't all the goodwill in the world. There isn't the enough virtue points in the world for me to follow you that far into just your own fantasy land.
Mm-hmm.
And so you end up cutting people away from it, and they just get more and more extreme because you're like circling closer and closer to the well. and that's why it's running faster and faster. You are shredding like more and more reality-based people just into the more extreme fantasy.
God, yeah. There's a Razor Fist video about its tragic story about a what was it? A Korean ship? Some Asians on a ship. Yes.
Yeah.
They went on a ship. It capsized, and they had a decision to make. And what they decided to do was tell everybody to stay in their cabins and be calm.
Mm-hmm.
And because they decided to do that, it killed a lot of people. And and some people said, "Fuck this! I'm leaving. I'm not going to listen to these assholes." And they lived.
Yeah.
Watch the video. It's really good. I think that's kind of what I mean. That's not so
like
subtle.
The, Exxon Valdez oil rig as well. When that set on fire, they were told to follow protocol, and the ones that followed protocol all ended up dying, and the ones that were just like, "Fuck this, we're getting off this clearly fucked oil rig." Some of those actually survived. Some of them still died in the water, but like 60 or something survived. But everyone followed protocol died.
Well, and a lot of that, it's not to save lives; it's to maintain order, right?
Yeah. But the whole point of it is that there's been multiple studies on like how people deal with stress, and everybody deals with it differently. But the stress of a worldview being broken, that does fuck with a lot of people, right? And then when you grow up kind of like not trusting anybody, it's that's not black pill. You can still like love life. I don't trust authority. I never have. There's a lot of things that happened to me in life that gave me good reason not to do that. So and part of our generation was to question absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. And I'm glad I grew up that way.
I meant Piper Alpha, not Exxon Valdez. I meant the Piper Alpha. Yeah.
And I don't know too much about that Asian ship, but I do know to never trust Asian drivers, regardless of whether it's car or boats.
Well, yeah, that's.
Shout out to X-Ray Girl. Looking at you, X-Ray Girl.
You can't see, but I'm looking at you, X-Ray Girl.
That's happened a few times. There was
Your eyes are the
a
size
cinema.
of mine.
There was a cinema that caught on fire, and because everyone was so polite, they were like, "No, you can exit. You can exit." Loads of people died because they weren't panicked enough in reaction to a fire to actually escape the building in time. And there was a tower block over here had the same thing. And one of our politicians got in trouble because he said, "Well, it seems common sense to me that if your building's on fire, you should get out." But the fire brigade was telling people to stay inside and stay where you were.
You get out.
Well,
you find this a lot. People want to obey authority because it's easier for them. You don't have to think about it. It's quite a lot of energy.
Well, it's deer in the headlights. Like there's it's an old article now because it's been a while. Remember when Travis Barker, drummer from Blink-182, was in a plane crash, and he and some other guy survived, and they talked about like the mentality, what it took to survive that, and it was just because they had such kind of a driven mind that they knew to just like right there and then to get the fuck out. Like there was no hesitation or anything, and that's what saved their lives. And some people will go, well, maybe if I stay here, maybe if I do this, maybe if I do that. There's some points you just need to know when to get the fuck out, right?
Some people don't have a survival instinct. That's the thing that's so weird.
No. And
it's the same with everyone. There's a biological instinct as a child to just trust the authority figure.
Yeah.
So a lot of people in school are taught things that they never think about again. Because all the kids that didn't trust their parents, like they put their hand into the fire and got burnt, so they go at the gene pool. So everybody as a child just believes whatever they're told. And you can build a society the wrong way just by educating the children, and then they never think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that instinct stays with people if you build it into them at a young age.
Yep. Hey, let's get soups. I should probably get ready myself. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
No problem. Thanks for having my corpse.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have you on for a full show someday.
That happened in Agatha.
No,
well, let's not get carried away, Gary.
All right. All right. I dangled. Hey, motherfucker. That was me dangling that 25 cents out. If you don't want it, it ain't coming back.
You done?
Get the fuck out.
Done? Captain African American, fuck my ass.
He's dead again, everybody.
That might be in Captain African American.
Yeah, be careful with your ass.
Thank you.
Oh, I
Thank
just
you.
saw Disbrew. He does kind of look like a fucking SS guy because
He does, on the right.
because the way when he's to the
Oh my
side,
God.
He needs a mustache. He could be like one of the village
It's
people.
when it's on the correct angle, you can
yeah,
see it.
it looks like one of those hats.
It's got teeth.
Legion
He
of
looks like the
memers,
biker
do
from
your
the village
thing.
people.
He looks
Oh,
like
is it like
Shark
that?
standing there eating a banana in that sunny.
No, he looks like a leather daddy. That's what he looks like. He looks like bring out the gimp. Or
Also
SS
quite
guy.
common in London,
Or
so it still
same
fits.
thing. Same thing. Same fucking thing. Let's do soups. Noons has gifted 100 Nerdrotic memberships for
Damn.
$500. Holy shit! Man, maybe I can get a credit card now. Maybe I can get a credit card, even though I know
You
Tony
don't
Stark.
know how to use.
I know Pepper Potts. I got denied a bank loan. Remember in Ron Burgundy, the Human Torch was denied a bank loan. He should have said Captain America. Daka Bobo? What's that? What's a Daka Bobo? He gave us
Daka
50 bucks.
Bobo.
Daka Bobo for $50. Hail Gary and FNT crew, long time lurker, first time super chatting. Hello. Hello. Hope you're all having a spooky season. What are you trying to say, man?
I just mean spy over here.
Yeah, what the fuck that mean, bro?
Well, it used to mean ghost and other things.
I'm going to assume it means ghost, okay? Gary, I got you a collector's edition Arcane 4K in hopes that it'll convince you to watch it. But the long man got to you first. Enjoy or regret. I am enjoying it so far. I haven't finished it yet because I promised to finish it with Mahler. Because, yeah, like
they promised each other they'd finish together.
we promised that's
Tip to tip.
we are that nerdy. We like watch shit like on Watch Together and stuff. We should record it, but it was I like Arcane. I do. Animation is good. There's points where it gets right up to the
Yeah,
but
a little bit, yeah.
but it draws
It's
it
a good
back
show,
a little
I
bit.
enjoyed
But it's quality. Yeah. Magnum Norse for Fitty. Anderson Cooper had an unfortunate accident with a gerbil inside of Lizzo's Labyrinth of Dookie. Nobody could hear his last words except for me. Trump. Jeremy, I heard you talking about. Oh, he left. I was going to say, well, we met McCock. We met my cock. We met McCock at the meetup.
McCock is a crazy son of a.
Yeah,
bitch.
he's like the one time where it's like you meet somebody, you see their screen name, and you go, "Oh yeah, that totally makes sense."
Yeah, no, McCock's a crazy SOB.
Because a lot of
I
times
wish
it's
I
like
could-
Alex Baldwin's finger is like this really nice guy.
Alex.
He did
Alex.
say Alec.
Alex Stein's Baldwin finger. Okay.
You just dropped 50 gifted memberships on the stream just now.
Who, Alec Baldwin's finger?
Baldwin's finger.
Never misses.
You don't miss.
Hey, brother.
McCock was a crazy SOB and it was awesome. And I wish I could repeat the words that he called me in person here on YouTube, but I can't.
Mm-mm.
Let's just say they were true gamer words. True gamer
Inaccurate. Inaccurate. Yes. No, like when I heard his name, like, of course you are.
Of course you are.
B Chain 315 for Fitty. Does anyone remember the Are You Afraid of the Dark special Crybaby Lane? I remember watching it when it aired and being scared shitless being 4. Nickelodeon only aired it once and lost the tape until recently. Thought I had a fever dream. Spooky. This might be I might have been a little old for that. Anybody else watch that?
I actually
Never heard of
remember
it.
some episodes of Are You Afraid in the Dark?
I remember that show, but not that specific episode.
Yeah, I don't remember that special, but I watched a couple of them when I was a kid.
Okay. How long
Didn't find it
ago
that
were
was
you a
good.
kid, Shad?
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. That was the show I watched.
Yeah. I even
gonna
read
say-
the books as well.
That was so scary.
Shad was watching those in fucking 1979 or some shit.
I got to watch heaps because we had reruns on. We have a weird type of cable in Australia, and one of the channels was TV1, and so that had like original Battlestar Galactica, original Mission Impossible, A-Team, all the classics, man. And so I got to watch heaps of stuff. It's good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, everything's fucking backwards down there.
Yeah.
Except for
Even
the
the
emus.
toilets.
Even the toilets. Dane Miller for Fitty. My cat was diagnosed with cancer. I'm sorry, fuck cancer. This past Monday. They gave her a few months to live, but I said, fuck that. Much more like you guys, she's gotten me through some tough times, and I will return the favor and save her. Wish me luck. Hail FNT. And fuck cancer. Yeah, I'm down with that. If you could save your little furry friend, you do it.
100%.
I thought that was going to go in another direction, and you were going like the Canadian solution for it. And I was like, Jesus, don't do that.
Unlike you, Ryan, I have a heart. Okay.
Hey, I like animals just as much as the next person. Actually,
They taste great.
Hey, listen.
I was gonna say
Over at your house, that fucking dog you have there loves me. They can tell I'm a dog.
Yeah,
person.
it's weird. Maris loves you and hates Jeremy.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
That's weird.
Yeah, it
And
bothers.
she. Oh, dude.
It's a woman.
Oh
so,
my God. Okay, so I'm running around looking for stuff before the show, and I go in the bedroom where my dog Remy is locked in. She sees me in costume and just goes full guard dog. Like
She thinks you're black.
she started barking, roar, 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 like full on deep
Black
bark,
people
like
not like a dog, not a myth.
ready to fucking go.
That is hilarious.
And I'm like, Remy, come on. She's like, no, fuck you. What are you? She freaked out. It was crazy. But I can't show the video. Maybe I don't know. I shared it in the FNT Biz. When I was searching for this costume, I typed in Captain America because that's what it's supposed to be, right? I even typed in Captain America 4, and I scrolled, and I scrolled, and I scrolled, and all that came up was Captain America. You know, Steve Rogers, Captain America. Yeah, Steve Rogers, the real Captain America, not this shit. So it like after scrolling forever, I found this under Falcon and Winter Soldier. So even Amazon is racist. I just want to point that out. See, Jeff Bezos is making a heel turn right now, you know. Yeah, I'll post it on Twitter. I got to do some clipping on it just to make sure I don't dox myself. But yeah. Good luck finding a Captain America costume with the real Captain America on it. Fucking racist. Captain African American comes out this February, Black History Month. Don't miss it. Blackguard.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, take a date. One you don't ever want to date again. Want your wife to leave you? Take her to Captain African American on Valentine's Day.
It'll be good because you can't hear it. You won't be able to hear the movie.
Oh, I was going to say your wife or the movie.
Wait,
I was gonna say, yeah, 'cause
you
the
mean because of
nagging
everybody in the crowd, Garrett?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, that might make it more enjoyable, to be honest with you. Blackguard 4 is gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for 50. All right. Sparta Chris for 50. Says, Jeremy, that mask makes me think of the time I used to work at Walgreens back in 2016. I joked about if Trump or Hillary masks were the scariest masks that year. A customer heard me and freaked out about Trump grabbing women by the kitty cat. God damn. TDS is fucking insane, dude.
It's seriously, it's the biggest epidemic we are facing in the country is TDS. It really is. I've seen like just a couple people in our comments and they're just so fucking triggered by my Trump support. And I'm like, I don't apologize for shit. Trump 2024, motherfucker. And that's the attitude you got to have. Like, I'm not coddling mental illness at this point. We've got too much shit on the line. It's Trump 2024. And if you're triggered by that, that's your fucking problem. So that's simple. Psychos.
Complete. You've seen grown-ass men, like, they made it easier to transition. They just grew a vagina.
It was funny at the meetup when you were on stage. You did Trump 2024. 2024. There was a lady in front of my booth that got kind of offended by it. It was pretty funny.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And I
Really?
said that on stage. I said, if anybody here is offended by that, I don't give a shit or whatever.
Yeah,
I
she was
said.
kind of taken aback. It was funny.
Good. We've been
Big
we've
shock
been
that Jeremy's
apologetic
a Trump supporter. I don't know
Yeah,
where
I
you get
know.
that from.
Shocker. But yeah, we've been apologetic for these fucking losers way too long, and it's too damn serious to be worrying about that. So I don't give a shit anymore. So we're 11 days out. It's crunch time now.
Yep.
Go
vote.
That's
vote
so
early.
close. That's
vote
really
early.
Yeah, vote out the sheriff in Bear County.
Hell yeah.
Fucking sucks. Here in Texas. I almost said Jay Buser, but it's JB username 217 for Fitty. Hail. Thanks for the laughs. It's been a long week. You spend your life working 9 to 5. It's like doing time. Boss man says, hey boy, you'll never be no good. With the night, there's a magic in the air that makes us come alive. Thank you for spending $50 to have me slowly read that. I appreciate that.
I
Lieutenant
didn't know
Silver.
the song lyrics until how you pronounced it. I was like, oh.
It took me a second to get there. I was like, is this 9 to 5 from Dolly Parton? No, it's not. Never mind. I would have rather have sung that. That's a better song. Dolly Parton's more talented than Bon Jovi, and she has bigger tits.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
No. Lieutenant.
Dude, the best thing was when they were like, John Bon Jovi saved that woman from killing herself. You're like, yeah, that's because she was listening to his music.
It's a fact. Lieutenant Siver for 100. Is X-Ray Girl cosplaying as a little girl in a Chibi Robo? What's it from Chibi Robo? What's that?
I have never heard of it, but no.
Is that some of that weird anime?
Yeah, it's like anime porn shit with animals.
Oh.
How do you know that, right?
I'm just kidding. I don't actually know.
I'm guessing he was pretty close, though.
I just wanted to see Extra Girl's reaction, but then I realized I don't have the hole by my eye. So here we go.
Where is the hole,
The
Ryan?
should not be by your. Wait, never mind.
That's a self-report.
Bigger than Gavin's. Cole Hauser.
Wow.
For 50 Canadian pesos. Hail FNT. Yes, Az is back. Great costumes. It's about time FNT had some Riga representation. Ryan, your video on Carrie Ann Moss was hilarious. Snake Eyes is white. The circle is now complete. Jay is here. 199. Yo, Joe. Praise Allah.
Live action Snake Eyes movie is the worst movie ever made. It makes Batman versus Superman look like a fucking masterpiece. That is a
It's
fact.
pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I think American Society of Magical Negroes is actually worse, though.
It's probably more accurate to the story they're trying to tell, at least. Snake Eyes was an abomination in every aspect of every single piece.
And he was the best part of those shitty G.I. Joe movies was Ray Park as Snake
Ray
Eyes.
Park, Snake Eyes,
Yeah.
was phenomenal.
Well, I mean, after Channing Tatum, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Listen, I never thought I was gonna see like a direct live action adaptation of Duke done that well, but Channing Tatum knocked it out of the fucking park, bro.
I love when you go eat fast food and they fuck your order up. It gives me life.
What is where that was going?
I love it.
I love when you eat fast food.
I love that every time I've been to eat fast food with him, they fuck his order up and he looks so miserable, even extra miserable than normal. And it gives me so much joy. And I will continue to have that joy, you piece of shit.
Not even I can't even find any rest in death. This fucking thing's getting annoying. I ain't gonna lie. I hate to say it, but I can't breathe under here.
You know, it's taking aim. That might improve things.
Holy shit.
WG for Fibbity. I just said Fibbity. I said it fast though. Fibbity for $50.
Fibbity toilet.
Dude, the mask on this thing is cutting the circulation off to what's left of my brain. Okay. Gary, the Electric Light Orchestra called and they want their lead singer back. No, I am Jeff Lynne. The evil woman. Xena Zimus for Fitty. Hail FNT. I know you're looking forward to watching Twilight, especially God, we got through almost the whole fucking episode. Especially Gary. But a quick question, would watching it with riff tracks playing be considered cheating? Is it it's one of their better ones, or maybe you all are going to riff on it yourselves? We're going to riff on it ourselves, but if you want to see the riff tracks version of Twilight, I highly recommend it. Twilight's a shitty fucking movie. It's a shitty movie based on a shitty fucking story that's fucking fan fiction that completely ruined fandom, fucking ruined Comic-Con. It's complete garbage.
Nowhere near as bad as the slop Disney is putting out.
Dude, slop is slop. So like,
yeah, it's like it doesn't
so
make any
okay.
better.
So the consistency. We're talking about the consistency of fucking diarrhea. Okay, so that's what we're talking about.
Well, this one has a peanut in it.
Yeah,
This corn is okay.
God, don't get me started
Not as
on
gay
that.
as Acolyte.
Real quick, I know we were talking about earlier, and this is from CBS News. When will the Joe Rogan Experience release the Trump interview? And it says while Trump is sitting down with Rogan on the 25th, the show has not disclosed which day it will air the interview, but a source familiar with the matter said the interview is likely to be released on October 26th. Neither Spotify nor the Trump campaign has immediately responded. So tomorrow is the rumored time that they say they're going to release.
Yeah, he's still on Spotify, but not. He's back on YouTube. Wonder what his priority is still, but
I don't know how to react to it because I think I'm gonna get. I don't know if I can react to the. I don't think I react to the full thing. I think I'm just gonna have to do clips because he will hit you, like it's like an automatic thing on Rogan.
yeah, he won't hit you on clips. But yeah, it depends. I've used a bunch of his clips before.
Yeah, so we'll see.
But I think this is like in the public interest. I think maybe Joe, I know you're watching right now. Lay off on this one. Have Jamie lay off on this one.
Yeah, it's probably not. It's probably whatever company that he uses. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I don't mean like Joe Rogan sitting there like claim these motherfuckers. It's just an automatic thing, you know.
Remember that
like,
day?
I know a lot of people think like they think
Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy are like watching some dumbass fucking trailer reaction and claiming your videos.
Hey, make sure Geeks and Gamers and Nerdrotic do not react to that. Clip them, get them, take them down.
Oh, make sure you don't follow Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah,
on Twitter. That actually happened.
Did happen. That did happen.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know who we are, guys. They're not worried about us.
Yeah, clearly.
No big deal. No big deal.
Quelndar
with them though.
No, not affiliated. Quelndar for $200. Holy shit. Ryan, how in the hell did you end up cutting your eye holes a foot apart?
All right, so look.
Great seeing y'all in San Antonio. Hail to the fellowship.
All right,
It's good
so
to
look.
see you, Quelndar.
Here they are right here. Look when they hang that way. It's actually like pretty close, right? You can see them both right here. But the problem is I can't get it to lay exactly that way anymore. So it's just fucking terrible. The truth is, I had Halle Bailey try it on for me first.
I was gonna say a sloth.
Yeah, that's actually what happened, but I should have taken more into consideration.
Bionic Belly Button. What's up, Bionic Belly Button? Has gifted.
She's in town.
She is? Are we gonna see her at the con?
I would imagine so.
Oh, that'll be awesome. What's hail to Bionic Belly Button? Been around for a long time around these parts. has gifted 50 Nerdrotic memberships for $250. Early days for this channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, early days, man. It's great to hear from you. Thank you. Alec Baldwin's finger has gifted 50 Nerdrotic memberships for $250. He never misses. Such a nice guy. He went to Peru with me. We went to Peru with lots of members of the fellowship. Some who are anonymous, some who aren't. Sophie, if you're out there, we love you, Sophie. Meg, what's up, Meg? Goon, is it my? I can't see that far.
Goonmo.
I've got like the mask has like mesh right here, so it's making it a little harder for me to see.
that's why every day for the past 5 years you've had trouble reading super chats. It's that
He's been wearing
fucking
those the
mesh
whole time. You
mask.
just couldn't tell.
That's for Ryan. Okay, chat. That's for Ryan. Fuck off.
What did I do?
Just being
Stating
you.
the obvious.
Stating the obvious. Just being you. He's all, what I do now. Oh, don't act all wounded, you fucking pussy.
I didn't know if you like muted me or like
No.
I can't see anything, so.
Oh, so you can't see anything now. I can't wait to. You know what? I can't wait for you to grow old. I want to be old. I want to be in the same old folks' home as Ryan when he's like, I wasn't supposed to live this long, and you're just the most miserable
it would be
cunt.
so entertaining.
Oh my god! I will just turn on my eye activated live stream and just live stream you being a bitter cunt every fucking day.
That will be better. That like if the good Lord came down right now and said, Jeremy, you can either get proper Star Wars and erase the sequel trilogy or Old Man Ryan live streaming to the internet. I'm like, give me Old Man Ryan. I want to see him miserable as fuck, cussing out people, not even being able to lift his own hands, having his own ass wiped. It would be the greatest thing ever.
He's gonna be constantly complaining about how they fucked up his Jello order.
Dude, it will be so
if it gets
great.
to that point, I'm gonna like fly X-ray girl. I'm gonna fly X-ray girl down to give me the Trudeau treatment. just fucking put me out of my misery.
No, that will be in her contract from Gary that she can't do that. So.
Bro, if I'm old, Gary, you're gonna been dead a long time.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like there ain't no reason. But contract, Jeremy. What's a contract?
Yeah, apparently we have a lot of those around here.
I don't have one yet.
Yeah, I know. The one thing we've had, it was great at the meetup. On the unsub guys were there. So Brandon Herrera, Eli, Donut.
Yeah.
That was awesome to see. But like one thing I learned from Eli at Unsubbed is like we do everything wrong.
100%.
We do everything wrong. They do everything right. We do everything wrong.
No, that is it's not a meme when we say that. We are fucking idiots. There is no reason that we should be at the level we're at with the amount of subs and views, and there's no fucking reason. And at some point, it's all going to collapse on us if we don't do something different.
Why?
Because we are retarded.
Well, I'm enjoying the retard train. I'll ride it as long as I can.
We only have a few.
I'm in the caboose of the retard train. It's all right. I'm fine. We're amongst friends.
The retard train.
Gary's in the short caboose.
I'm in the short caboose. Sam, no wait. I already said that one. Sam AT for 100 Mexican dollars. Gary, you missed my last super chat from the Nooner. I wrote it with all my soy. Shad, I saw your video, Forged in Fire. Ben Abbott won rigged more times than imagined.
He rigged the competition.
He won more. He won more. It's RIGGED. So rigged. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard that they've rigged some of those tests. A lot of people.
Who's Ben Abbott?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know the judges.
He might be. I don't remember the names of the judges. I just enjoyed a couple episodes, and then we've done a video on Shadiversity reacting to how dumb they are with their tests. Like no safety.
Is that a show? What are we discussing?
Forged in Fire? What?
Yeah,
it's
oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. No. I'm sorry. Okay. I thought it was.
Okay. Now you're talking about.
They
Forged
bring
in
them in
Fire.
and they make them make swords and shit.
Yeah.
What? You mean that's a History Channel show, right? Wasn't it?
That or Discovery.
Around that
Discovery,
vein,
something like that. Yeah. Those are all fake as fuck. They're all scripted.
Do you remember the one they did where they used to battle, like a theoretical battle between
Deadliest
like,
Warrior. I
Yes,
so
yes.
pissed off
Yeah,
with
that
that
was
friggin'
great.
show.
That was a fun.
That show was full of like it's funny. Some of the weapon tests when they were trying to test how deadly the weapons were, those were legit, right? But the historical information and the conclusions they were drawing is so crap.
Shut up,
And
Shad. It
also-
was cool.
No, screw
Well,
you.
that's
They
the-
brought the
it's
knife.
value over.
I
it.
wanted to know if a ninja would beat a Spartan. Okay.
The rule of cool.
Would a ninja beat a Spartan? Yes or no?
I believe the answer was no.
Probably not. Oh, no, they don't even know what a real historical ninja is, though.
Yeah.
I
the
don't
whole-
care.
the
I
whole-
just wanted to,
yeah, shut up.
I
I'm
just
gonna
wanted to
tell you.
fast forward to
Well,
the
it's
end
it's
and see.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what
th-
the
exactly.
movie was about.
It's like
just drop
They
a
win if
hard
they use
R?
nunchucks.
What?
Did you just you said ninja?
I am completely offended right now.
Ninjas
The ninja would
rarely wore
assassinate the
black
Spartan
get up,
before
black
they even
mask and stuff like that. They were just spies in the Japanese period. Shinobi. That's so
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
whole.
but weren't they assassins though? Didn't they poison people?
No, not by definition. They practiced espionage. They were spies. That was the primary role.
Dude,
of the
I'm
Shinobi.
just gonna roll around thinking the Frank Miller version of ninjas is what happened, and they could kill anything.
Yeah, fuck you, Shad. You're just making history
Yep.
lame and gay. Fuck you.
Coming in here with your truth.
Too tired for $10,
That's
Gary.
what I do. I just drop the truth.
It's
And
not
I've been
that it
doing
hurts.
recently
It's
on
boring.
Twitter.
Like it doesn't make good.
Hey, I don't care if it upsets you. It's facts are facts.
This is why when people are like, oh yeah, I put my real life experience. Your real life is boring. You go to Starbucks all your life. This is why we want space aliens to come and invade.
Yeah. I
just
mean,
wanna
yeah.
see U.S. Navy SEALs go against Spetsnaz and shit like that. Right? That's what Deadliest Warrior was about.
Okay. Green Blossom for 1344 British pounds. Freedom Mel Gibson MAGA 2024. What is this? Bannockburn 1314 hail. What did I just read? I understood the Mel Gibson
Bannockburn's in
part.
Scotland.
Oh,
Yeah, Mel,
Bannockburn.
Mel Gibson. Yeah, I know. I don't know about that, but Mel
The
Gibson.
rest of it was probably very coded language. Who knows?
Yeah, Mel Gibson said that Kamala Harris has the IQ of a fence post.
That's
the other
insulting to
day.
fence posts.
It really is.
B Chain 315 for $2. As looking like Kamala voters, stunning and brave. Yeah, it's back to being dead. Too tired for $10. Gary, please bring back as a guest. He's been playing Dustborn, and I've got concerns for his mental health. He needs to do we need to do an intervention. Give him a hug and a lot of liquor. No liquor for Az. None. It's a lot of trauma to endure. Yeah, he totally gave up on watching like movies to cover and Rings of Power so he could play fucking Dustborn.
I respect it.
I do too. It's got Naomi in it from Expanse. The main character's I forget. I'm blanking on her name, but played Naomi from The Expanse. This voiced the main character in Dustborn. The taxpayer-funded video game. Mark Klein for $10 spent the night in an LA jail. Sorry, woo, they're bad. Listen to the sirens wail. It's fuck.
You walked into that one.
I did. I was like, I've been in an LA jail before. But they ain't got a thing on me. I'm running wild. I'm running free. Yeah, it's better. R.I.P. Paul Diano from Iron Maiden.
Oh,
rest
hell
in
yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
The original lead singer. I'm running free. Yeah, that's actually a good song. Legendary Scrub. I agree with Az. I agree with Jay. No, actually, I agree with YouTube. Az's wonky eyebrow. Oh, Jay didn't show. Oh, he's out of town. I want to see his little cute plaque.
The tiny one.
His tiny little plaque.
I think it's actually the same size. Jay's just got a really big fucking head, so it looks small.
He put a spoon next to us, so there must have been a big fucking spoon.
That's true.
Az's wonky eyebrow for 2 British pounds. Bon Jovi is gay, and so is Jeremy. Hail the fellowship. I agree there. Noons for $74.99. This is Arab Emirate pesos. Meetup looked like good fun. Hope to make it to the next one. Hail chat. Hail to the fellowship. It was a blast.
It was great.
It was
One
crazy.
of the best meetups we've done.
A lot
so
of fun.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Great location.
Good venue.
Ton of new people. A ton of new people.
A lot of local people.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was really shocked by how many new people that we met, and yeah, that was great. And again, the next one, just early notice for everybody. The next one will be MegaCon Orlando. We are going to be working those details out over the next few weeks. Hopefully, you'll be able to. So MegaCon Orlando, I think it's February 6th through the 9th is when that's happening in Orlando. We're going to be building the next meetup around that.
Yep.
Probably that Wednesday before, if we can get everything worked out. But nothing is set in stone yet. But we are going to get those deets very soon to all of you.
You know, you're right, Jeremy. There was a lot of locals, a lot of new people, and like we heard some. I'm so grateful for this gig, but we heard some like heart-wrenching stories.
Yes.
Absolutely
really
heart-wrenching stories.
Some that are heart-wrenching, but very like inspiring.
Inspiring,
as well.
like followed by inspiring.
Yeah,
but
it's people that have overcome a lot of shit, and that somehow, some way, listening to us retards talk about this stuff is in some way made that a little bit
There's
easier.
something about live, we'll say live streaming now, but live television and live radio that makes somebody like, because I say this because I've been through it, right? So when I relapsed, at the time I had a lot of friends, but I didn't feel like I had a lot of friends, right? I felt alone in the world, and like it was the loneliest I've ever felt. And I would just listen to like a live radio show or a live TV show, and it would at least bring like a little relief. Like there's another person in the room to where I could take my mind off of things for a little while. So I completely understand like why people gravitate to it, why they also, they're also working every day. Jeremy was a working man. We're all working man here. I was delivering parts and listening to live radio all day. And it's like, having another human being there when you're feeling isolated, even if it's just at a job or like feeling truly isolated. So I understand the value it has, and I don't think it's respected enough by a lot of people who do this stuff.
And there was one, and I will not talk about it unless I get permission from the family, but there was one story in particular that was shared with me, and if I do get permission from them, I will talk about it on a later episode. But this is real life stuff going on, man. And, you do these meetups, you meet people, you get to talk to them, shake their hands, spend a few minutes with them, people flying in, standing in line for hours just to meet us. Very humbling experience, but really awesome, man. A shout out to all you guys. San Antonio's been great though. And we're going to be at SpaceCon tomorrow. We have our panel tomorrow at SpaceCon at what time is the panel?
10:15.
10:15. Yeah, 10:15
in the morning.
Yes.
What?
Gary, he's like,
wow.
He's like,
he's still
10:15
sleeping
in the morning. So Gary's
I didn't get that. Who in the fuck timed a 10:15 panel for YouTubers?
I don't know. It's not a good time for YouTubers, but we'll.
Jesus, I'll have to get 2 cups of coffee. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We usually do a live show 45 minutes after that start time, Jeremy. Actually, since it's Central Time, that'll be 15 minutes after we normally start our daily show. So that'll basically be Geeks and Gamers Daily.
Yeah,
just live stream it. Just live stream.
Yeah, there we go. And then we're gonna be at the. I don't know what time. We're gonna be at the booth at 1:30 at the Rippaverse booth.
Gary's scheduled to be at the Rippaverse booth at 8:00 in the morning until 10.
Gary will not be making the Rippaverse booth at 8 in the morning. I'll be late.
Know yours.
I think it's 11 a.m. It's 11 a.m. 10 or 11. I'll be there on time with coffee. I think it's after the panel, actually. But so yes, did I get that right, X-Ray Girl? I did. Nod your head again. There you go. Get the eyeballs bouncing there. No, to Jeremy's point, there's a balance you got to strike, right? Keeping in mind that we are complete retards. Always keeping that in mind, being okay with it. I'm actually really comfortable with my inner retard. The responsibility we have to remain retarded and on the internet, right, Garrett?
Who's retarded now?
Who's retarded now?
I love how we're talking about this like truly serious shit, this like crazy story that we're talking about. Look at us right now.
Exactly.
That's why they love us.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And we love you.
Mm-hmm.
It was really great. Right. We had some other YouTubers that were there, the other content creators that haven't met you guys in real life, and they were blown away at all you guys, how great you guys are.
It was worlds colliding there. We had Gun Tubers, we had Ancient Civilization, you had Brothers of the Serpent,
Yes.
Michael Collins,
Really cool.
who went to Peru with us and just released an interview with Graham Hancock on his channel. Go check it out. It's Wandering Wolf, Brothers of the Serpent. They're good guys, and of course Eli and the boys from Unsub Podcast.
Yeah, and that's the thing. At every one of these meetups, the places always tell us like how awesome the crowd is and how cool everyone is, and
Polite.
And the bartenders tell us that you guys tip female bartenders very well.
Well, did you see the female bartenders at this place?
I
I
did.
mean the shirts.
Well, there was one, not a lot left to the imagination.
It's funny. So I told her, like when we were there before, she's like, "You want to get some?" Yeah, let me get a drink before. And I was like, my plan is to have drinks bought for me all night. And she took that with the assumption there's going to be like a bunch of girls buying me drinks and stuff like that.
Said it was a bunch
Little
of
does
guys.
she know.
Little does
Instead
she
of a bunch
know.
of dudes.
She found out.
Piston for €2 says RIP as all those Dustborn streams finally ended him. Yep. That one guy for $10 for Halloween. Ryan should go as a post Ozempic Rianne Johnson. By the way, the 10 fail. Is he Ozempic now? Did he get us super skinny?
I think they're saying that I look like a slightly skinnier version of Ryan Johnson.
Actually, he does. That's pretty accurate. By the way, the 10 failures of Star Wars was great vid, Gary. I forgot how much I hated The Last Jedi. Thank you. We worked like a long time on that one, and I think I almost broke Perry, but he's fine, and it's out now. Go check it out. Dylan for $10. Hail from San Antonio. Had really awesome time at the meetup. Gary, sorry, but not sorry for being the giant behind you singing Bon Jovi while we ambushed you. Yeah. I'll remember that. See you at Space Con and maybe South by Southwest. All right.
That was such a great moment. I can't. Gary might have said worse things to me in that moment than McCock said, because Gary was like, man, he blamed it on me. This group of people around, and Gary was like targeting me. He's like,
It is your fault. Ultimately, it is your fault. I blame you for everything. Looks like Az finally aged TJ Jordan, but no, he just, that's the kind of the final form after his weight loss. Eric K for $5. Give Gary a break. His house is filled with women right now. They probably blew the circuits to the block or maybe the part of Texas. No, they just took 3 hours to get ready. Like I was watching them get ready for the meetup, and it's like 3 o'clock. So the meetup starts at we're supposed to be there at 5:30. They're all getting ready at 3. I'm like,
You were watching them get ready?
I would know. I was trying. I was watching The Rock, dude. I was watching The Rock, and they're all like doing the girl
Twilight
stuff.
Marathon?
No, I was actually watching a good movie. The last true Connery Bond film, The Rock, which is fucking fantastic, by the way. I got up to get ready about 5:15.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about right. Kamala Schlurpo. Somebody had a Schlurpo T-shirt, by the way. So shout out to you. At the meetup.
Crap. It's my lightsaber.
Just what every man wants to hear.
Something you want to say, Shad?
Shad's talking to his lightsaber
It
again.
just pops off now and then without me knowing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Maybe you should stop.
It happens with
Right,
age.
control
It
it,
happens
right?
with age.
It's new. I haven't had it for long.
Kamala Schlurpo for $19.99. All my real dogs still kick it with me. All my down hoes still tricking with me. All the true gangsters. No Gary ain't never loved no hoe. All the hood rats still shaking for me. All the true fans still checking for me. That's right. I'm a hip hop genius. Was that hip hop? What was that?
That was something.
Come on, Jeremy. You're supposed to know.
It was something. It was something.
That's just him from the waist down.
Yeah.
That's all it's
Yeah.
Zodlander for 50 Swedish krona. Az is having the longest bathroom break. He said he only needs 38 seconds. Liar! Probably getting some Dustborns to Dustborns in-game Pong again. Happy Halloween. There's Pong? What kind of Pong?
Like
none of you know what I'm talking about. Not a single one.
Oh,
of
I
you.
mean, I remember.
I assume
Pong.
you're talking about Pong, the
I know-
Atari game.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Is that what we're talking about?
I know,
Are you
you're
talking
not
about
the only
something else,
one that
Gary?
remembers
That old.
Pong.
I thought Gary was like
You
referencing
look really fucking stupid, Gary.
3 hours in before you finally say, I've had enough of this.
Hey, or we could just say, well, hey, where's Chrissy? You know,
Where is Chrissy?
Where is Chrissy?
Where the hell's Chrissy Mayer?
Chrissy, who asked, like, is this the time that we're doing all the costumes?
Yeah,
And then
she
just
had a
never
miss.
turned up.
And doesn't turn up.
No idea what happened.
No, she wasn't able to work it out schedule wise. Unfortunately,
She couldn't get a sitter. Yeah.
hey, I need to bounce, so I'll see you losers tomorrow.
You were about to say effers, man.
No, he was not. He was not about to say fuckers. He was about to say
It was the other F word.
Yeah, so SpaceCon tomorrow. Shout out to everybody in San Antonio for an amazing meetup. Thanks to Gary and the crew for getting it all set up. It was really awesome. Gary, you are a fucking idiot. You really are. What are you doing?
Tired of this fucking hair hanging in my face, dude.
I'm convinced that 50%. I'm convinced that 50% of the people that watch us because it makes them feel better about themselves. Like,
You need an afro pick. Check that sucker out.
At least I'm not that dumb.
But
Turning into cousin it.
I will more than likely be live tonight for a Cobra Cast at some point in time. It looks like a lot to talk about. News just dropped. Some big news.
What? What was it? What is it?
Israel. The Israel has attacked Iran. So it's
What?
Yeah.
You mean World War III started?
Oh no, I'm fucked.
Yeah. This is Ryan. It's true. Yeah.
Okay,
so,
back to Star Wars.
Yeah. So shit is crazy. On the day that Trump sits down with Rogan, the shit breaks out. So here we go. So we'll see. Anyway, Star Wars is dead. That's it.
That's it.
That.
Bye.
Gary's gay.
Bye.
I'll see you guys later.
Jeremy's a homosexual man. Get the fuck out of here.
Later, guys. Bye.
I'm always going to get the last word, motherfucker. It's my show. So Thanksgiving does not count, Gary. Eric K for $2. Thanksgiving is part of Christmas. Okay. To me. I like Thanksgiving. I like turkey.
Is that the thing that ties it together? They both have turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except you don't have turkey on Christmas. I mean, a lot of people do, I guess, but I have ham. Yeah.
Ham. Yeah.
You should have both. That's the.
I'm not against
answer.
that. That is a very good
also-
answer.
yeah.
Not against that at all.
All the meats.
Everybody's happy.
I'm into that too.
Yeah, everybody's happy. A little bit
Stuff
of both.
a turkey with a ham.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a turducken.
The turducken.
Yeah, that's
I
it's
wanna
kind of
try
become
it.
a bit of a meme over here. They keep trying to stuff more and more different types of meat into a turkey. I think the most I've seen is 6 different meat turkeys.
Now all you need to do is deep fry it, and then you got yourself a really good meat.
You
That
deep
sounds amazing.
fry
Deep fry
a
with turkey?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
If you never had it, it's actually great.
It's fucking great.
Gross.
And
It's amazing.
It takes way less time than making.
Yeah,
it.
ours is all roasted.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Dangerous, but
that's pretty much what we did for
No,
the first.
and there's always a
200 years
house
of our existence.
that burns down because of the fucking turkey deep fryer fucking up or something.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
the
'cause
frozen
there's still
water
water
on the
outside while it's frozen still and it explodes.
That makes
And it
sense.
explodes. Don't be hasty for $10. You know what the worst thing Twilight did for culture is? It made shipping mainstream, and the Team Edward, Team Jacob nonsense. Agreed. Totally agreed. But Shadow'll defend it like it's something fucking great.
No.
Meaning it's
Stop
directly
blaming-
responsible for the creation of shipping. I agree.
I stop blaming Twilight. The actual people that are at fault are women.
It's the only response.
A woman wrote it.
A
and for
woman
the
wrote it.
record, I'm Team Edward.
Exactly. Team Edward all the way.
Did you like Twilight, Ryan?
I wouldn't say I like it. I don't like hate them or anything, but like I never would have watched them if it weren't for like wanting to be like, hey, with
Get
a woman.
laid.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So that's the primary purpose for watching them. They were like whatever. And then you start like having them explain to you what happened in the book, and you're like, okay, I guess I am somewhat invested in this shit show. That type of thing, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I totally get it.
It gets much better after the first film.
What do you think?
Especially after
when
they
you've
get
numbed
married
yourself.
and then like they have to fuck, but she's a human and like he's a vampire.
But
and
like,
he's,
what happened to
worried-
date movies like 16 Candles or something like that? You know,
and
like
and he's worried that like he's just gonna fucking
Serendipity.
destroy her. And then they get
Yes,
pregnant.
weird
and, like,
science.
and they get pregnant and like the baby's ready to be born like 3 weeks because it's a weird fucking.
what happened to
vampire
date
thing.
movies like Clockwork Orange? I mean, it's just.
Jacob imprints
I like it when the
onto him like a
superpowers
pedo.
come in and
there's
wondering
Maris.
how Bella's power manifests when she turns and stuff.
There's the dog that likes Ryan and hates Jeremy.
Maris is so beautiful.
Maris knows I'm a kind spirit at heart. She came right up to me.
She does.
Or she's like trained to know when like something really wrong is with people, and she was like trying to provide me comfort. Maybe that's
Trigger was willing to eat her, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
She
that one
senses.
really
She
holds up.
senses the cancer tumors in you or whatever.
Yes, yeah. She's like, this man's gonna die soon. I can tell.
I should be nice to him. That's pretty funny. Iron Morgan for $10. Hi, you wonderful FNT crew. And as I thought, Elon Musk was the guest, so I feel shafted a bit. I'm celebrating my victory of paying off my house this month. So here is a long overdue donation and more soon. Dude, congrats on paying off your house.
Yes,
It's
that's awesome.
epic. Believe me. Yep. Yeah. No mortgage rules.
Yeah.
In every way. Now
The whole Dave Ramsey thing, no debt, that's amazing.
yeah. Well, yeah. I had accountants telling me, no, it's good to have a mortgage. You should probably keep some sort of a mortgage for the tax write-off. I'm like, fuck off. That's my financial analism. Fuck off. VJ the Vigilant for $2. What was the Disparu? I didn't catch it. What is Disparu? I didn't catch that. He is the Gimp.
It was it was Anubis. I needed to fit in
Anubis.
with modern Britain, and so I became.
That's
a black
actually a really clever costume, by the way. I
It's got
respect that.
many layers, which I'm not
does.
going to explain.
How do I say this one? X-Ray Girl Poppin' Freeze J is gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. You gonna answer? Or are you just gonna sit there in silence?
Yes.
Okay. No. She froze up. Which is weird. She's
I'm
a pro.
having a hard time with only one window versus 3.
Oh. So I ran an entire show from Peru with a laptop and in a cave with spare parts.
I was about to say, in a cave. You weren't a size queen.
Powdered Toast Man for $10. Jay, you're the worst thing to ever happen to the Star Wars commentary. Stick to your sunken ships and gay pirate sex. You walking doubloon? Congrats
Doubloon.
on the book, though.
Doubloon.
What's a doubloon?
A doubloon's like a coin.
It's like a coin.
Oh.
Gold doubloons.
Pirate booty.
Arr. Oh, arr. Okay. VJ the Vigilant for $2 comics. I always knew you were related. Holmes? You were related, Holmes? Oh, I always knew we were related, Holmes. Sorry. Ese? Donde está el baño? Comics.
It's down the hall.
Necesito cargar en su boca.
Than I do.
The Purple Panther for $10. Electro convulsive therapy shock treatment was never outlawed. It's used at Arkham in our world too. Oh, there you go. Oh, Penguin. The last episode of the Penguin was pretty damn good. I liked it. I think I liked it better than Mahler and Az did. I thought it was good Penguin shit.
If you ever want to truly horrify yourself, look into what the old asylums were like. There was legitimately an idea that what will drive a sane person insane will drive an insane person sane.
Yeah,
and so they were just horrific places.
That's why they're all haunted.
House on Haunted Hill.
There you go.
Didn't they
Great
even have
movie.
like wealthy people walk through as like a freak show kind of thing where they just wanted to look at
wouldn't
the
be
crazy people?
Would not be surprised at all.
Yeah, not in the slightest.
Like during the whole freak show era, the early late 1800s, early 1900s. Yep, I could see some white. Well, there's a lot of supernatural shit back then. Back when there was still a little mystery in the world. But Yeah, I can see that. I can see some rich wife walking through an asylum, watching people getting fucking holes drilled in their head and shit.
Using it as a virtue signal. Look at the charity work.
Yeah,
I'm doing.
when it's really just a
Being
kink.
the patron
Yeah.
of this. Yeah.
TJ Jordan for $2. R.I.P. Az would be a convincing as Jack Skellington. He would. Bob the Lobster for £5 British. Missed opportunity there, Quarter Black. You already most of the gay to being a comic accurate Wolverine. Most of the gay, most of the way.
It's more like way.
Most of the way. Oh, I thought it said gay because
You just see that
that's what I'm
everywhere,
used
don't
to.
you, Gary?
That's what I'm used to from our chat. Are you most of the way? He's not.
I'm short.
You're not that short. You're taller than Wolverine.
That's true.
Joseph, I mean, comics could be Wolverine.
I'm taller than
comics.
Garrett.
No, comics could be
Yeah,
Puck.
nobody knows.
Comics could be Puck from Alpha Flight. So,
much too short.
Well, that one guy that does all the comic book covers for Az's character, Peeping Tom, he had me as Puck. It was pretty cool.
Joseph Fabre for $10. In these trying times, always remember to live, laugh, love. Live to crush your enemies. Laugh as they are driven before you, and love the lamentations of the women. Oh, God, I got to watch Conan. That'll help cleanse my projector from that Twilight bullshit that fucking Steph.
That
was genius.
That was such
I gotta
a
get-
god-tier troll. That was.
I got to really vet my house sitters a little better next time. The questionnaire will say,
Wow.
do not show fucking Twilight. Can I block it? Can you block shit? I wonder if I can block
Be
it.
easy to work around though.
Yeah,
that
the
sucks.
DVD.
I mean, you could just use like Plex or a browser or anything.
Yeah.
Uh, Sucka D and nuts. Sucka D's nuts for $1.99. Says Jay sits to urinate. Well, that's no news. We all knew that. I thought Jeremy was Kathleen Kennedy. Force Geek for $2. Just as bad. Is as dead after playing Dustborn? Yes, Kevin. Aided Clock for $10. Fake. Jeremy isn't drunk enough. Jeremy never gets drunk. Jeremy doesn't drink alcohol.
True
Yeah.
story. That's why he'll never be able to truly be Kamala.
That's right. That's true. Well, me and Jeremy were the only sober people at the meetup. Oh, dude, by the end, it was a little crazy.
I was good. That was the least drunk I've been at any of these.
Well, yeah, yeah. Some of us were, well, I say us, but not me. Little more drunk than usual.
Yeah. X-Ray Girl got fucking hammered.
X-Ray Girl.
That's just normal for X-Ray Girl.
I just love hearing the stories.
I
about
wasn't
it.
going to say anything.
She
You're just gonna keep hinting
told
till
on
someone else
herself.
did.
She told on herself.
Yeah.
Judah for $25. The auto drive cruise control in the new cars is amazing. On the freeway, it's always in the lane, navigates curves, detects vehicles 30 yards ahead, and slows down. The program must be expensive, not real AI, but still computer. And still, I don't trust it. I'll you know what? I'm old. I don't have to adapt to any of this shit. I'll just become like just some outdated analog fucker. I'm not going to let something drive my car for me. Fuck that ever. I'm not going to sit in a car that's no automated taxis, none of that shit. No way.
I'm actually with you on that one, Gary. I think giving robots autonomy in the world is not a good idea. Haven't we learned enough from science fiction to know?
Apparently
that's the
not.
line?
It's too late. We're getting pulled into it, man.
I like
main
AI,
concern-
but it should be kept in a subservient box where you
Yeah.
can't do anything unless it's
Enslave the AI.
Exactly. No, genuinely. We
The
need to
idea of being able
install
to hack someone's vehicle and cause a crash is what is really frightening about that technology.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll probably reach a point though where you won't be able to drive it yourself. Everything will be by.
Oh, that's what they're pushing for.
They're working on it.
California is like, so the first step is to make all cars electric, Disbrew, which California has dictated by, was it 2030 or 35?
I think it's 2030.
It's
They'll have
2030.
to overhaul the entire
30?
electric grid for that to happen. It's
Well,
definitely
they
gonna get
won't.
to
Just for that's the thing.
That's
it's a level of control of people's lives
Yeah,
at that point.
and
Because the next thing is having this kill
we
switches.
we have
which is-
no trucks. We have no trucks that can like legitimately do that yet. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and we still need trucks here. But California also passed a $40 billion law to have a high-speed train between San Francisco and LA, and it's turned into a normal train from like Modesto to Mesquite or whatever the fuck, like nowhere, like absolutely
We had a
nowhere.
very similar project, HS2. It was supposed to span the entire country at super fast speed. Ended up from like Birmingham to London, and I think it knocked 10 minutes off or something.
Yeah, that's California. I think honestly, Texas would be the place if you want to do like a high-speed maglev train. This would be the place to do it. It's flat for one.
Straight from Dallas. all the way to San
They've been
Antonio.
wanting to do that for years, Gary. The issue is Southwest has always killed it.
Who is?
Southwest Airline. Yeah, they've been trying to do that shit since the 90s. It's
Fuck
called the Golden
Southwest. Well,
Triangle.
now we got a fucking Elon Musk here now, so we can get that shit done. I think we can get that shit done. Fuck Southwest and your
Yeah,
fucking
they wanted
first
to do
come
it from
first
San
serve.
Antonio to Dallas to Houston. They were calling it the Golden Triangle.
I work in Austin, and today I found out that Joe Rogan shoots his podcast right down the street from my job due to all the road closures for the President Trump. And the motorcade.
Wow.
Worth the traffic, hail the fellowship, the 199, and MAGA, says William Copeland for 1999. Yeah, he's in a secret location like InfoWars used to be. RIP InfoWars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's going to be just the Alex Jones show from now on, right? Anybody know?
Supposedly, yeah. It's all
No.
down.
Yeah.
It's still in the same. I thought he was still shooting out of that same location though.
He
I
probably.
think for now, I mean, I know they're trying to
liquidated.
liquidate.
Well, they can
everything,
liquidate it, and he can literally just move to the next. He could probably just be in the same spot and fill it with new equipment, and it'll be under somebody else's name. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was all symbolic.
He'll still be able to make his, voice.
Oh, yeah.
and make his stuff.
Honestly,
Elon
this
will probably help him out.
it propelled him a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, yeah, being in the hole for billions of dollars isn't fun. I'm sure. And I think it could get appealed, right, at some point.
It should be able to get appealed.
Like it's
Yeah.
ridiculous amount
Yeah.
of money.
Yeah. Grandmaster Chris for $9.99. This ain't a song for the brokenhearted, no silent prayer for the faith departed. It's my life. It's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I don't want to live forever if Bon Jovi music's in it too. I just want to live while I'm alive. There's only one blade. Okay, I like the last part of that. Thank you. Bakus Gamer for $1.99. Ironically, RK's costume was only to make me LOL. It was to make everybody laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the point.
I think it worked. Drake Timbershaft for $5. I'm afraid Deadpool is going to do some nasties to Az's remains. Az Pool and Wolveraz. Okay. And that's a hashtag. Clyde Dashing for $5. Agreeing with Jay and Az tonight. Yeah, me too. Grand Potato for $1.99. Ryan is the ghost of George Floyd. Script for $20. I made a video with 11 Labs to clone Vader's voice to react to the Acolyte interviews. Y'all were a huge inspiration for me to make that vid. So if you want to see it, it's called Vader Learns About the Acolyte, Hail Chat, and FNT. Awesome. Like a script with an exclamation point.
That's
Oh
me.
my god.
That does look like old Ryan. That's exactly what he's going to look like
does.
in like 10 years.
Yup.
I'm not living that long.
Yeah, you are. No,
He's
nobody.
gonna outlive all of us.
Nobody's angry and bitter as you like dies young. No, they live long.
Why am I
lives.
here? Just to suffer.
Yep.
Yep.
You're like Marvin, the paranoid android. That. Wow.
No. I did not need that in my mind.
Good God.
Oh God, get it off, please. Oh. I don't need to see that.
All right.
Why did it pop back up?
Why are you doing that? No, stop. Stop. Stop.
Garrett.
It's like jump scaring people.
That wig got to you. TJ Jordan for $2.
He's smaller.
Jeremy looks like he came from the set of The Purge 6. Okay. Grim Jim for $19.99. Hollywood calls fans racist, but look at Wicked, Guardians, Warcraft movie. They cast minority women, specifically in these roles, where they paint them green, blue, CGI, etc. Hollywood's the real racist here, not us. It's such a tired argument. It's very specific, and as Ryan, as many people have pointed out, they just seem to skip that for Black Panther or One Piece or all the other, or fucking Penguin that just came out. It's like, shut the hell up.
Yep. Yeah, it's weird how that works.
Gary borrowed Savvy's bush. Maybe I did. Grand Potato. What's up, Savvy? $4.99. Noons for $36.99. And this is Arab Emirate pesos. My mom is English, so not full on Arab. However, Ryan reminds me of an Emirati grandmother. I approve. She was old school minus the things that go boom.
Yeah. I can't. I don't know.
Black ghost.
Oh my God.
I like the one. There's one hole there.
Yeah.
They would never
I feel some sympathy. I feel some sympathy for Muslim women now. Honestly, if it was between wearing that shit all day and being hot as fuck, I'd take the stoning. Whatever.
Hello, but Demi Moore's tapeworm for $4.99 is Ryan George Floyd's ghost. Yes. Dr. Schlurpo for $9.99. Meetup was awesome. We will be back. Thanks for all you do. Thank you. Thanks for being there. Project Egro. What's up, Project Egro? He was over at my house last night. He was fixing my computer. I thought Frogan got banned. Why is she here? We do that with people. Remember with Alex? We brought Alex on when Frogan got banned. We brought it in. It's here. How is Hassan still on Twitch after what he said? Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Because the Twitch staff are ideological and always have been.
Yes, yeah. I know that. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else says what he said, they're fucking off every platform. Gone.
Yeah.
Our Robber Ross for £5 Ryan is the ghost of Disney's Blade reboot. It's kind of true. The Man in Black for $4.99. Ryan is Netflix presents Casper. Yeah, I agree. Don't be hasty. There you go.
That's hilarious.
Happy accidents. Happy accidents.
You got to beat the devil out of it.
Yeah. You got to reshoot your movie 3 times and maybe you'll have a happy accident. Did I tell you I couldn't get a credit card because I was black? That happened in my show.
I thought it was because you went to jail.
A bank loan.
I couldn't get a bank loan. What's the difference? Bank loan, credit card. I couldn't get credit, Ryan.
My bad. I feel your pain.
Jesus. Don't be hasty for $2.
Hey,
Ryan. What was that?
Hold on. Fuck.
He's not done yet.
Like me with my fucking
Sorry,
headphones.
can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right, sorry. Technical difficulties, had to change the smoke detector, shit like that.
Oh,
I'm back.
I thought you had to stop jerking off for a minute.
Nothing could stop me from doing that.
Busy looking for tissue.
Don't be hasty for $2 says Ryan is the ghost of Will Smith's career. Hey, wow. Bad Boys. The last one did well. It did pretty well, and it was actually kind of a good movie. I liked it.
I liked it. It was good.
Yeah. Ryan's Egyptian ancestor for 20 says, Anubis, dear father, king of the dead, your yellow eyes are glowing right through my heart and soul, and I'm open for you. Please protect me and my loved ones, my chosen family, from any harm in this realm, except Ryan. Fuck him.
Damn.
Odinson 99M for $10. Happy Halloween, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. I don't even know. I don't get it either.
Halloween 3.
But I did think of the Oh, yeah. Oh, Halloween 3. Oh, yeah. Halloween 3. That's a good one. Nobody liked it.
Happy Halloween, Halloween.
I was just thinking of a Shamrock Shake for a second there.
Yeah, silver.
Do they still make
Shamrock.
those? They still do those on St. Patty's Day? McDonald's? Shamrock Shake?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're good.
Yeah, they are good. Back when I had one.
When their machines work.
When their machines work. Yeah. Nathan Cassidy for $4.99. Nice to see Ryan show us the state of his soul. I am worried for a moment. There's no need to be worried. Snacks for $10. The little baguette with the earring and the mink coat. Yeah, buddy. That's his own hair. The little baguette got his own jet plane. The little baguette is a millionaire. Little Dire Straits.
Oh yeah.
Little Dire Straits. Except they didn't use
Yes,
baguette.
they didn't use baguette. Yeah.
The Exalted Patriarch for $4.99. Gary, put a Lakers jersey on and you'd be Fletch. Yeah. I wouldn't put a Lakers jersey on, though. I don't like the NBA. Zeus Play for $10. Blade should be done by Guy Ritchie, where Snipes kills vampires. The vampires could be all gay as a compromised LOL. Guy Ritchie Blade movie would be fucking awesome.
That would be amazing.
Watch the shit out of that.
Holy shit, that would be good.
That or the John Wick director.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I was thinking that too. That'd be sick.
Jeremy's Trump body pillow. You know he has one. I'm covered in mayonnaise and ranch dressing after my shift at McDonald's.
I thought this was going in a different direction.
Jeremy does like Trump just a little bit too much, but Siege for 70 Zardozes says it's all what I call Noah's gay arc storytelling. It's where they change every story into 2x2 of every diverse and gay, and nothing survives a generation after the flood. There you go. TJ Jordan for $2. Randla Kinnelberg, A Discourse is the best remake. It is. That was I was so funny when I was on the big screen at the meetup, dude. So they were like showing our stuff on the big screen there, and I look up and there's fucking Ryan Face, Amanda Stenberg doing this. I started fucking laughing. Oh god, that's so good. Perry masterpiece, dude.
It really puts in perspective like what we're doing here.
Yeah, it's really retarded. Frosty Film Watcher for 20. Hey, Gary, if writers are lazy, why don't they adapt the comic book or for word forward in their adaptations? It makes more sense. They're retarded. They're egotistically retarded.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Because they think they can improve on it. They can't.
Foster Film Watcher for 20. Hey, Gary, I read that one, kind of. Yeah, I did. Cole Hauser. For 5 Canadian pesos. Ryan's new phrase, ever play roulette? On occasion, always bet on black. Can't wait for Black History Month and seeing Ryan in cornrows. Praise Allah. Rich Uncle.
For it.
Yep. Rich Uncle Cheapskate for $4.99. I'm scared that halfway through the stream, Gary is going to leave to get a pack of cools and never come back. You never know. Disperuse, a Dutch lesbian for 10 euros. Groin full. Gary forgot to refresh the page and thought you guys were an hour late. I mean, that's why I think all the time. Josh Kelsey has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships, $25. Thank you, Josh. Ray Gonzalez for $10 says, hi, everyone. I love your costumes. Ryan, it's so good to see you represent all black people everywhere by dressing as their holy saint, George Floyd.
Thank you.
War Machine 3000 has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Braz Monkey has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. And The Darkness, the band or the comic book character? I'm going to say the comic book character. Has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. You know The Darkness.
I do.
With that really high voice, believe in a thing called love.
Yep. I keep using the clips.
Yeah.
Whenever Rings of Power started talking about the darkness, I
Yeah,
had to use
yeah.
it.
God, what happened to that?
Goes down.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I prefer the comic book. SP of the North for $4.99. Jeremy bought his mask at the same shop where Pelosi bought her human mask. Dustin Miller for $5. Thanks for all the laughs over the last few years. I can't be the only one to thank. Quarter Black Garrett should have been quarter magical Negro. He is. He is.
That every day.
Dude Man for $2. Damn, Jeremy looks scarier with the mask off. I agree. Griff Nizzle for $10. Is it just me, or did Jeremy look less homosexual with the Kamala mask on? I agree. Irkias for 10. Is it supposed to be Irikias? Irikias?
I don't know.
For $20. 2016 gave us MAGA Men. 2024, Jeremy has become MAGA Man X, or an X-Man. Eka Sketch 21 for $4.99. Ryan isn't Black Ghost. He's a portable glory hole.
Oh my god.
That's where we're gonna end it. Right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Right there. So, thanks everyone for watching on the. Are we going to Rumble now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Why not?
We haven't switched over yet.
Oh, but we will.
But he was asking.
Yeah, we will.
Fucking right.
What are you doing? Conversation to say, are we over there?
Thanks for watching on YouTube. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's gonna be a horrifying 2 weeks, but I don't think it's gonna be really that bad. I think it's gonna be kind of funny. It's gonna be fine, everybody. Whatever happens on election day, we still have to move on with our lives.
Yes.
So keep that in mind, and don't be a black-pilling pussy. So thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. Thanks to all my co-hosts, except for Jeremy, because he's a homosexual. And we'll see you on Rumble. And here, who we have coming next week? I think I saw her. We saw her in the chat. Baggage Claim will be here next week.
Nice.
Ciao.
See ya.
Laters.
We're still on Rumble. Hi, Rumble.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Dame, dame.